I just got logged off again. There we go. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. That took a Hey there, Shed Tyler. Trenton Tatsy. Trenton, are you with us? Oh, hey, Mikey's on. Mikey is the star. He plays my son in Lulu in the Electric Dreamboat. And he was just here last week for the film fest. He's just jumped on. Hey, everyone. I'm live again. That took longer than I expected. I apologize. I said I was going to go past 6. I'll stay on another hour, so we got some. Hey, see, I have a question. Is there any particular inspirations or reference you use to develop Bill? No, not. I just kind of came up with just kind of this angry and guy, and it just I just kind of discovered him. Is Kylie on here? Is Kylie on board? I didn't even see that. Kylie, are you in the comment section? Happy holidays. How you doing? Ever? It's certainly I mean I'm very it's I loved everything about playing Bill. Hi Kylie, how you doing? I didn't see her on, but I kind of signed on. Yes, I do. I apologize. I said 10, maybe 15 minutes, and that was more like 30. But I'll go a little extra tonight for that because we got some new purchases, but we still have VIPs that I do need to take care of first. And I'm giving the opportunity if they finally sound on like, because I can't tell if they're in a different country. They didn't leave their Instagram handle, so I'm going to do this again. I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I got to do this. Streamily needs me to do this. We have 2 VIP signatures out that get first priority as long as they're here with us. And these 2 people, again, are Angie and Lucy. Angie, you got one of the Old West saloon-style cards. Lucy, you had the Have Another Drink print, 8x10 print, with the Don't Try Anything Stupid and We Won't Do Anything Unkind. So in the comments section, Angie or Lucy, 2 of the VIP purchases. If you are here with us in this IG chat, if you are in the comment section, just please let us know. And if any of you just waiting for a print to be signed and you didn't put your print, you didn't put your social media or Instagram handle when you put the information for buying your print, you can go back and put that in now. It's so much easier for me to find you here in the comment section if I know who I'm looking for. Because I don't want to miss anyone. I want to either be able to go live with you, or so far it's been really good. Everyone's been, no one's been left out, and I don't want to leave anyone out. That's why I'm doing this over 2 days, and I'm taking my time with each person. So everyone gets extra love this holiday season. That was the whole point of this. I don't want to skip over anyone. That's not my MO this time. You're gonna have to excuse me. I had to take an extra break. I'm very parched. I don't know, is the air changing? The temperature has dropped here, and it's like a dry arid, but now it's cold and it's scratching my throat. I told you earlier, I don't drink. My drink was over there because I don't like it near paper. I brought my drink here, so forgive me. I'm making sure it doesn't spill on anyone's prints, but I am parched. I have to take a sip here. Hold on one second. Let me wet my whistle. Hold on. Oh, this feels so good. That's Dr. Pepper. It is so good. You can even hear the bubbles of this Dr. Pepper. Can you hear this Dr. Pepper? Wait, what's that? What are you saying on this coffee mug, this inconspicuous coffee mug that I've had for a while, and this isn't just brand new. That this wasn't what just came to my doorstep, which was the reason why me signing back on took so long. What is that? Oh, well, thank you for asking. That's just it just happens to be coincidence. This came from Etsy. And this was designed by the one and only person who I adore, my fellow Red Dead cast member, Mr. Simon Pearson himself, Jim Santangeli, artist extraordinaire. You probably remember over the summer, he was showcasing and designing his tarot card Arcana deck using the Vanderlyn gang members. Bill made it, was the Wheel of Fortune. And these great prints that he designed, these great designs, are put on all type of collectible gear, like T-shirts, calendars, bumper stickers, coffee mugs. I happen to get a few. You can get these in black and white. I chose black because I think that looks very cool. But, yeah, this is a plug. Why not? Jim's a great guy. Here's what else I did. If you're buying prints today, but you're thinking, I want to get a Red Dead themed gift for a friend. I don't know if a signed print will cut it because they got a bunch of those. I'm looking for something different. Well, look no further. In fact, out of Christmas cheer and good cheer for all, for my fellow man, if you go to my link tree right now, before the link to this very IG Live was the first link. It is now the second link because the first link goes right to the Jim Santangeli design page through Etsy, where you can right now order a mug of your choosing. It doesn't have to have Bill on it. It can have Dutch. It can have Mary Beth. You want Tilly? You want Dutch? Or Hosea? You can get them on a mug or a t-shirt. You go right now and get one of the great Vanderlyn gang members that fits their appropriate Arcana deck liking. Go right now, just go to my link tree, click that link, and now as the new top link is take you right through the Etsy page for Jim Santangeli Designs. Jim is a great guy, a wonderful artist, just an overall great human being. I support his endeavors. He is a great actor. He's done some fun stuff that you can check out. Look at his IMDb. He you call Bill an underrated character. He's just a great underrated actor. Go look at his credits. The guy's fantastic. He's in some of my favorite shows. But so he loves, this is what he loves to do, and he's damn good at it. And I support him, and I got my own mug. And I suggest you get your same. So go to Jim Santangeli Design through my link tree to Etsy, and you can order one of these yourself. Okay, that's what I do for my cast. Shameless plug. I've been waiting for this all day to do this, and that's why I was late signing out. So that was my plug. My totally unrehearsed, cheesy plug, but he's a great guy, and I collect coffee mugs. I've got a collection, and I can never have too many. So now I've got this, and now you can have one as well. Okie dokie. Let's get back to the signing, if we shall. Trenton Tatsy. Trenton, are you with us? I feel like deja vu. Did I already say this? Well, Trenton, if you're with us, love you too. Love all you guys. Thank you, Christian. I appreciate that. Oh, did I miss a bunch? Oh no, it's all caught up. Did myself, Rob, and Ben feel any weird going to such a large cast? No. What do you mean going? This is from me74. If you mean as far as beginning to film Red Dead 2, no. We were. I think if anything, we were kind of overwhelmed with the fact we get a chance to delve back in these characters. But I think we were excited because we got to play in a bigger. We enjoyed that it was a bigger cast because it was a big sandbox. It was a toy chest to pick from. We know where these characters are, but we get to build their backstory. And it really was up to we thought the Rockstar writers we were gonna have fun with it, but we were excited. We were excited. We didn't know, like, I wonder what this is. We were curious, but excitingly curious. We weren't intimidated. Obviously I think there's in the back of your head, you're like, you hope it's good because the original game was such a classic, and you're like, are we gonna screw this up? Once we got cooking, we realized that, sometimes lightning does strike twice in a wonderful way, and we were blessed. But as far as actors, we were excited because it's like, oh, you're building on, you're adding onto the canvas. And so if you felt like, well, I would have loved to delve more into that character and have the opportunity, that's what a prequel or a sequel does. It's like you get to, if you felt like you left something, you left something out or could have done more, here's your chance to do more. So I don't think we ever felt like it was a bad thing. I think if anything, it's like we've got people we can play with and act with, but this emotions you can, different dichotomies between characters. It was just this great thing where we just, as artists, we were going to play. And we had different variations of how we could play that with these other wonderfully written characters that were new. So it was exciting. It wasn't intimidating in a bad way. I think it's just, if there were any jitters, it was just those healthy actor jitters that every actor can get to a point, but you use it to give your best. And I think that's what I think that's what we did. I think if we had flopped, we wouldn't be having this conversation and doing this Instagram Live if this had been a failure. I would think that's the easiest way to explain that. I don't think Tombstone Redemption or all these things would have happened if we totally stunk the room up and we sucked. I'm going to go on a limb and say we didn't suck. So it was fun. It's very fun. It's honored working with those guys. It was a great pleasure working with everyone from Kylie to Peter to Mick to Jim Peary, who played Angelo Bronte, to just everyone we got to work with was fabulous, and something wonderful was created. It was a pure honor, absolutely. Where do you think the story should head in the third game? Oh my God, I don't know. I've got I would say if you did another prequel, and this is just, if you were to do another prequel, it seems that you follow the pattern of the other two games. This is just for me I can't say this as an actor or what I'd like as an actor. I'm saying this as just a fellow fan like you and a gamer. We may be, if there is a Red Dead 3, we could all be thrown for a loop and they could go in a completely different direction. And if that were to happen, I'd have to trust that they know what they're doing. But I would think that you give the fans what they really want. It's a game that would end. The climax of the game would be the 1899, the Battle of Blackwater, which has been talked about since the original game. And a lot happened there, and I think we finally maybe learned things about that just we had no idea about. But I think that's going to be the culmination. Is just the Battle of Blackwater would be, and so that game would end how Red Dead 2 ends, which whoever you play as, you end up as Arthur, and then he has to get them out of there and up into the snowy mountains so that, when the original Red Dead actually starts, pretty much where Red Dead 2 leaves off, you would think that Red Dead 2 is going to pick up where Red Dead 3 leaves off. Like a trilogy in reverse, as someone has been quoted as saying. I think, and that could be an amazing thing. But it could also go in a completely different direction. I do not know. Only Rockstar knows the answer to that, and I have no doubt that whatever direction they choose to go, it's going to be pretty amazing. Maybe. I don't think. Here's my honest opinion. I think Red Harlow is Red Harlow and Uncle is Uncle. However, no one's to say is what happened to Red Harlow after the events of the original Red Dead Revolver. How do we not know that Uncle and Red were friends and met? Now that could be interesting. That could be extremely interesting. I don't know. I don't know. What I'd like to see, if they did another prequel and they go back further in time, I would like to see a crossover. I would, if you play either as the Calendar Brothers or whatever have you, I think it would be cool if Robert Bogue was involved, where there was a cross of the worlds where the playable character, you do run into Red Harlow, and that really ties the entire franchise together. I think that would be great. And I really didn't know Robert Bogue until I had never met him until Tombstone, and we got along with him just like peas in a pod. And that story he told during the panel about when he first got the script, and if you were there at the panel, that story, and everyone was gasping, like, "Oh my!" That was a great story. We were all endeared to him. So I know for a fact if allowed that same group, I'd love to have Robert. He's just a cool guy, and I'd love to. And if you watch have you seen his Instagram with the, like, it's like a Snow White thing. He's like Ace Ventura. Just the wild animals come to him. It's amazing. He's a really interesting guy. In fact, right now, go follow him. Go buy something from Jim Santangeli's Etsy and his design, and then go to Robert Bogue's Instagram and start following him and watching his wacky stuff. They're both very interesting guys. They're very cool. They should get follow love too. So follow their stuff. But yeah, I would love Red Harlow to. I'm sure there's a organic way to bring him in. Why not? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It's Red Dead 3 should be like the Secret Wars of the Red Dead. It should just have everybody in it, even if they just show up to, they have a line or two. Just throw in everyone. Why not? I don't know. I don't make these decisions. This is just my headcanon, and gamers is what I'd like to do. How you doing? What's your opinion about making DLC for the O'Driscolls? I don't, I don't know. I don't, like single player DLC, or if they were to start adding to Red Dead Online or something. Either could be cool. I don't know. I think that if you do it right, any type of thing could be cool. As a gamer, just make it fun. But anything, I think, even just because I worked with Rockstar in the capacity of an actor, I don't have any say in that. So I couldn't tell you. I mean, I have just as much power as you guys. You can just think about it and try to wish it to fruition, wish it into happening. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I don't mean to say that flippantly either, because I've talked to people at conventions and people who are at Tombstone, like Brute and the gang, and they come to the table and we'd riff off, and it's like, look, I get excited about stuff just like you guys. I think it'd be cool if they did this and this and this, and you can joke about that, or you can have that conversation. And same thing, you're watching Disney Plus and you're watching all the new Star Wars series. And it's like, I'd like this character interact with that character, and you geek out, and everyone does it. And I'm sure, and everyone does it for Red Dead. I don't know. They've got a game plan, whether some people agree with it or not. But I think that they just had their focus elsewhere. One being GTA 6. Again, you watch that trailer, you're like, okay, now that's where their efforts went. And I think it's obvious now that we've all seen the trailer and our minds have been blown. But I don't think I don't think we've heard the end of the world of Red Dead, and we'll just have to see what happens. But these are all great things. It just, and I'm sure Rockstar's paying attention because they see what sticks. They see what people are talking about. They're paying attention. If you feel like they are not, I promise you, someone's watched. Someone's seeing what the fan base wants. So they just don't want you to know that they know that you know. It's just how they work. Just have faith. But yeah, no, I think any type of expansion, I think it's all good. I don't know if it's all going to happen, but as a gamer, there's so much I'd love to happen, you know? Am I going live? This might be my last video tonight. I still have stuff to sign, and I'm doing all day tomorrow. So I'll hang out a bit. I'm doing a roll call for people, and I'll do it again. Trenton Tatsy. Trenton, are you here? Harry, are you here? Hayden, are you here? Lucy's not here. Angie. And I said again, if you guys, because I'm getting new orders pop up, if you're putting a torture comedians back, I don't think. Oh, if you're back now, okay. Hold on, I'm gonna do this for Erica. So I was telling them how I was very thirsty, and I wasn't going to drink around the prints here because I don't want to spill anything, but I was just so parched, and then I took a sip of my Dr. Pepper because that's what's in here. And I took a nice thirsty sip. And I said, oh, I hear the bubbles. And I did this, and I held the cup up, and then people know, it's like, hey, where have I seen that before? And then I go in my spiel. And it's like, well, this is from the Vanderlyn gang member Tarot Arcana deck that our great cast member Jim Santangeli designed through Jim Santangeli Designs, which you can buy his prints and all type of collectible merchandise through Etsy. So if you go to my link tree on my Instagram page and click, the link to this Streamily event was #1. It's now #2. If you look above it, it'll say Jim Santangeli Design, which you can click and go right now to, and pick one of the many Vanderlyn gang members who are through their respective tarot cards characters, and order T-shirts, mugs, stickers, I think iPad protectors, all kinds of stuff that have these characters, our characters, through the tarot card style on them. I got coffee mugs because I love coffee mugs. I collect them, and I got a few. I've got this one I'm drinking out of, and I got a few others I'm giving away as gifts. Yes, and I'm a shameless plug for Jim Santangeli. But you can get stuff like this right now. All you have to do is go to my link tree, click it, and go to the new top link for Jim Santangeli Design and order your Arcana deck merchandise through Etsy for Christmas today. There you go. That's what you missed. I did a plug. Now I've done 2 plugs. I respect that. It's a respectful drain, and it is that's the way it's designed. It was all planned. So anyway, that being said, I love Jim to death. He's a great talent, and he's been working hard on this all through the summer, and yes, I've been wanting to get these, so I would hold it up there, because what I'm going to do is when I post this video, this is going to be the screenshot to honor Jim, and I'm going to hold it up here just a bit longer so you can see the detail, get the glare out. Yeah. Greetings from Scotland. Hey again. All right, I'm going to do roll call again. Trenton Tatsy. Trenton, are you with us? Because your print popped up, and I'll sign it now if you're here. Because I think you were on, and I was still not signed back on because I was getting these ready, and then you signed off, and I think I missed you. So Trenton Tatsy. Trenton, Trenton, T-O-N, Tatsy, T-A-T-S-C-Y. You didn't leave your social media handle. Shame on you, but I can forgive you. Trenton, if you are ready, we can get you. If not, we'll move on to Harry. And that's Harri. Harry said, would you please write, you always did have a high opinion of yourself, Harry. Dutch always said you were an arrogant son of a bitch. Harry, I will sign yours right now if you are present. Is Harry present? Blatancy asks, how was the gig with Disney Channel's Big City Greens we did? It was awesome. That was something special we got through Celebworks. And we just were in the right place, know the right people, that we kind of got into that. I think it's pronounced the Houghton brothers, the creators of Shane and Chris, who created Big City Greens, are Red Dead fans, and Peter and I are managed through Celebworks, and they also manage Bob Joels, who plays the dad, who plays the dad Bill Green on Big City Greens, and through that is how we got the gig. One of our Pat Brady, one of the Celebworks reps, is married to Bob Joels, and Shane and Chris were looking at the clientele one day and realized that some of the Red Dead group was repped, and they were huge fans of Bill and Micah, and they had Peter in mind because the big baddie of the episode, Joshua, not Joshua, because that pisses him off, just had this notorious big mustache, and that's Peter's, and then I got to play a bunch of several other characters in the episode, which was a lot of fun because I've always wanted to do that. And it was funny. I had people here and they're like, I'm sorry, I recognized Peter, but then I watched and I couldn't find out who you were. And they were upset by saying that. And I go, you couldn't tell who I was? And they said, no. And I said, well, then I did my job. And then it went back and they go, oh my God, that was you? And I was like, yeah, I've been wanting to hide into characters like that that's just the job. I loved it. It was Disney. I had the time of my life. That was so much fun. And it's just, sometimes you get a part that resonates, or you get a bunch of small parts, and maybe not a lot of people would recognize them, but they're just fun for you. That was fun for me. That was just fun. I do this because it's fun. I do this because this makes me happy. But I'll tell you what, it was a great experience. I always wanted to work for Disney. It's a very popular show. The cameos they get for Big City Greens are out of this world. Some very well respected comedians and actors that I love have been part of it. So I was honored that I could be in any size of it. And so I'm 4 different characters and things. You just gotta watch and look for me and try to listen. But it was fun. In fact, it was so much fun. I've got some prints for sale of one of the characters, and this guy, this is one of Peter's henchmen, which surprisingly is like a mix between Bill and Yosemite Sam. And I'm sure that was intended, but I got prints for that. It was fun. I just enjoyed it. So yes, that was so much fun that Peter and I did that. We had a really good time with that. Absolutely. Yes, I agree. I had a lot of fun making it, and everyone who's watched it. Mikey from Lulu and the Electric Dreamboat stayed with me last weekend. My co-star and writer and producer and co-director. He hadn't seen it yet. So we were in the living room, and I had it DVR'd, and we watched it, and we played guess which Steve, and he just had the time of his life watching it, because he goes, I hadn't seen it. I don't know if they have it, as far as if they have it in Ireland, or they have to wait till it goes to Disney Plus. I don't know, but he enjoyed watching it, and my niece loved it to pieces. So yeah, if I make something and I believe if you're an artist and if you just have fun making it, and it doesn't have to be acting, you could be a painter, you can draw, you can sculpt. If you love what you're doing and you're having fun, I think it resonates with the viewer, or with like the music, the listener. I think if you have fun with it, it's something about that is contagious in some sense, where the person receiving that art or that thing you created will feel that. I think that's one of the most beautiful things you can do. I do believe that. But yeah, that's what we did. It was fun, and it was just a little something. But man, that was a bucket list. I didn't care I just wanted to say I did something for Disney, and I had a lot of people that were working, and I was like, anything animated, I just want to work with Disney, and I got the chance to. And this was we did that in September of so just over a year ago, middle of September of 2022 is I went into the studio in Burbank and did that, and it took a year for it to air, but it was fun. Work with more love makes more success. I believe that. I totally believe that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Is his name Will Williamson? It probably is. It probably is. We'll call him Will Williamson. I think that'd be perfect. Why not? Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Can you say more? Morgan, can you get me some hair pomade for the last time? Oh, you wanted me to say it for the last time? Morgan, come here. Can you get me some hair pomade? I haven't been doing voice do the voice, say this. But you know what? You got it. So anyway, blatancy, that's answer that question. But that was fun. And Peter just knocked it out of the park. Peter had kind of like the main role in it, and I just seasoned it with a bunch of different characters. But we had fun. We had so much fun with that. Oh, thank you, Jeff from Norway. You had a stroke. Well, Disney took Yosemite Sam and Bill Williamson together, and I got a job out of it. So, there. Hey, Victor, how you doing? Thank you. I appreciate it, Victor. Thank you. I'm going to try this again. I'm seeing, maybe I'm Bill Samite Samsey. Wow. Bill Samite Samsey. That sounds like a Star Wars character. Bill Samite Samsey. Trent Tatsy, are you here? Some of these I'll have to maybe wait till tomorrow to get some of these out, and that's okay. We don't have to do everything tonight, but I'm trying to get everyone who is present. But yeah, if you guys and gals are going to, if you all are going to order prints, please put your social handle in there. This because it makes it easier for me to find you on the thread here. I want to make sure to. Well, thank you, Victor. I appreciate it. Yeah, if they're ever, and it's easier to toot my own horn with the Red Dead games because I'm in them. But to jump on what you're saying, Victor, if that new GTA 6 trailer is anything to shake a stick about, I think just in those few, minute and a half we get, what we visually see right there, and that's cutscene stuff. I don't know if we haven't seen gameplay yet, but just in what we see in the trailer alone, to say, can a game match a movie? There's your answer right there. If there was any doubt, Rockstar was probably thinking, because the last thing we saw was Red Dead 2, and then stuff from Red Dead Online. But to really answer that question, are games at the level where movies are? I would say if people are like, what's the real answer on that? It was like, wait till GTA 6 drops its first trailer, and then we can talk. And they did that a couple days ago, and we're still picking up our jaws from the floor. So I think that's where we're headed, and I agree with you. Absolutely. So when people say, oh, would you rather turn this into a game into a... When it comes to Rockstar games, I don't think you really need to. I would rather... What would you... And I pose this, and again, it's not my decision. It could happen. I have no idea what their plans are. What's going to happen is what's going to happen. But I would pose this as someone who is a purchaser of content. Everyone is on this chat's a purchaser of content, or you wouldn't be talking to me. Would you rather get a Red Dead movie or like an HBO series, or would you rather them take their efforts and put it 100% into a Red Dead 3, and then you get Red Dead 3, and then you can control that narrative, as opposed to like HBO controlling it? What would you, if you had to pick, what would you rather have? I think that's the question. That's the question. What would you rather have? I know what my answer would be, but that's just me. I'm just one. That's my opinion, and I have no control over what is going to happen. Yes, Rockstar has always been on their own level, and exactly, Kaz. Yeah, and then your Harlow said the same thing, and I feel the same way. And now, I don't know what they're planning, and I don't know necessarily think that you have to have one over the other. But I know what I'd like. I think regardless whether I would still want to be part of Red Dead 3 if it's something about the Vanderlyn gang. We'll see. Again, I don't know what they're planning, so I don't know. I don't know. You are sure? Well, I'm not sure about anything. Is that a question? I don't know. Because I'm being honest. I know as much as you as the fans right now. The people, as far as what Rockstar plan is, I think you can only go what they're immediately doing. So whatever actors or whoever's working on GTA 6 or had worked on GTA 6, they know what's happening next within that particular thing. But I'm sure someone over there, if there is going to be a Red Dead 3, they'll either know the answer of when that comes out, or if it ever comes out, or maybe that's not next. Maybe the next game is Bully 2. I loved Bully, and I think that's one of Rockstar's biggest underrated classics. I played the shit out of that game. I played more Bully. I played Red Dead more than anything, but I played more Bully than any of the Grand Theft Autos. I think Bully I loved that. And there are fans that agree with me. They're like, I still love the GTA series, but I'd love the game Bully, and I would love to do a Bully 2. And they could be working on that next. I do not know. I have no clue. So they're only going to do what they're going to do. We'll have to wait and see. Or Max Payne. There's that too. That they could be working on that. They know. I don't know. And I've always. I said if I did know, I couldn't say anything anyway. But I'm being honest right at this point. I'm just telling you, I don't know. I don't know what's happened. But man, does that GTA 6 trailer look awesome? Yeah, do it. Play it. It's great. Bully was a masterpiece. I'll tell you what. if I never play Bill again, I don't know. I want to play Bill. I don't want to see anyone else play him. But if I would love to work with Rockstar again, and I would say this: if we don't hear any more from the Vanderlyn gang, and they said, you know what, we're not going to touch that, it's perfect as it is, then so be it. But if I had the opportunity of like playing a tweed-coated professor at the academy, yelling at Jimmy Hopkins or whoever the new student protagonist is, I would love to be in a bully game. That was so much fun. I'd love to play an uptight private school math teacher that's, I would get a kick out of that. That would be so much fun for me. Yeah. Chuchi cookies. We were just talking about that. We don't know. We're just talking about that. We don't know, Chuchi. We're just talking about if there's going to be a Red Dead 3. And all I'm saying is, who knows? Who knows? We'll see. Here's what we do know. Before anything else, Grand Theft Auto 6 has to come out first. And that's got to run its course. And then whatever comes after that. Happy birthday, Anthony. How's that? A Bill DLC? I'd love to do a DLC. You kidding? Alex has always said she wants to do a Sadie DLC, but I think if anyone had a chance to do their own DLC, they would. That's a question about Bill's. Is Bill gay? I think it. You know what? I think it's. It's not that it doesn't matter, but I think it's best left ambiguous because I know there's a lot of fans of the game who are they're either gay or they are pansexual, asexual, transgender. They find something unique that helps them as that character. And I think because it's nuanced, it could be like any of the above. I think for the best thing I can do for that character is not comment and let it remain ambiguous and up to that particular player, because it's different. The game is different for everyone. Each individual, each one of you who's played the game, has played it in different ways, in missions in different orders. And absorbed it, named your horses different things. You played, what they call white hat or black hat, like good or bad. Every person playing will get a different experience every time you play. And depending on how much you go to camp and you do the deep diving and you trigger every NPC conversation, the game is going to resonate completely different with you. So I think the best thing I can say is there's certain things, the more you pay attention, the more you do your research on an individual, the more you trigger certain conversations that will go over people's head. You can still trigger things I found in the game I didn't even know existed. Your interpretation of any particular Vanderlyn gang member is going to be different depending on how much you research and want to dive into that. And I think when it comes to Bill, he's no different than anyone else. As far as what someone thinks, there's a lot of secret hidden things to make you come to a certain conclusion. But I don't think my opinion's important. I think it's your opinion. And if you think that my character is a certain way, then who's to argue with you? That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't know anything about any type of DLC. To be honest, I don't know what's going to happen. I almost feel like right now Grand Theft Auto 6 is their focus, and I think that's why maybe. And I don't know. This is all speculation, so please don't take. This is just my opinion as an individual, as like a fellow gamer like you. Just putting two and two together. I think maybe one of the reasons that maybe there hadn't been certain Red Dead Online updates and stuff is because to make GTA 6 as perfect as it needed to be, it was like all hands on deck from all studios, where they pulled resources just to, as if to not overwork their workers to try to make GTA 6 look as best as possible. But who knows? There's nothing to say that they can't go back to Red Dead Online and maybe add something new the closer they get to completion of GTA 6. I don't know. I honestly don't know. We'll have to see. We have to see. That's what makes Rockstar perfect, making every character have their mystery past. I agree. I totally agree with you, and that's what they do. Did I take inspiration? I think it's a bunch of, Bill just kind of came out of the ether, but I think in my subconscious, it's based off of people I knew. Maybe someone in particular, but I don't go into, I don't know. I think I kind of like to leave that a mystery. That's just between me and my process, but I'm glad you like the character. Games do take a long time, and I don't think that's going to happen. You're going to get people with any fans of any particular intellectual property that want what they want when they want it. They get excited, and it's not so much people, because sometimes online bullying can happen. People will just get really needy about it, and that's where I think sometimes fan bases can get toxic. I'm not saying we deal a lot with that with Red Dead, so I don't want that to be taken wrong. I think you guys are wonderful. But just fandom in general, sometimes things get heated, like people with Marvel, they don't like something, and then it's like, yeah, game developers are, it's such an expansive world. It takes time. If you love something big enough, you love it so much. It's like, I want that thing. I want it now. I have no idea what Red Dead 3 would be like. I could have my idea what I think would be the perfect game, and then I was like, okay, wish it into existence and give it to me now. If we could all have it, like if you could have GTA 6 right now, you'd have it right now. That's just how we are. We want the thing we want now. But you just, there's a thing. I think people get entitled with it, and and that's part of the studio's fault, because you start to look at it as this thing, this artistic thing that was creative, and you look at it more like it's a immediate product, like you're ordering a product, and then people think that when it comes, things are so fast where you don't have to go to the grocery store anymore. You can use DoorDash, and you can go to yummy.com. You can order food and just have it, or no one, like I remember in the 80s and 90s growing up, you used to go to the shopping mall. I still go to Glendale Galleria because I'm a Gen Xer, and sometimes I like the feeling of walking through a mall and doing impulse buys. I still miss Blockbuster Video. I liked on a Friday night, when I was either in college or after a job, being brain dead and not knowing what the fuck I wanted. And the easiest thing was to walk down the aisles as a zombie until something popped out at me. And then it was like a discovery, and it brought me back to life. I miss those days. And there's people of a certain age that are like, yeah, I miss that too. And then there's people other ages like, well, you're crazy. Why would you want that? But if you know, you know. It's like there was a process that you learn to appreciate. But now everything is this like instant gratification. I want this thing. Oh, I'm looking at it on my phone. Apple Pay. You double click with the thumb. It takes less energy or pressure to turn on your car turn signal. And you can it's almost like a nervous twitch. And I fucking hit the button. I bought this thing. But think about it. It's so easy to purchase, and you don't have to go anywhere because they'll bring it to you, and you can just like sit there and then and move a few steps to your front door, and there's the box, and you don't have to do anything. So I'm coming across somewhat mockingly. I'm trying not to do that. I'd be like a smart aleck here. But I'm just saying the truth. It's like it used to be more effort to get something. And now a click of a button, it's instant gratification. So, and that's just society. It's built this thing. You don't realize it. And then it's like, well, I want everything like that. And it's like, oh, they're making Deadpool 3. I want Deadpool 3. What can I click on my device to get Deadpool 3 now? I want Deadpool. I got everything else now. Why aren't they making it faster? Screw those guys, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, look what you're doing. And people, that's what happens. It's today's commerce. It's instant gratification. You don't realize that you're doing it until just everything else is that simple. So yeah, when it comes to something of more an artistic sense, some fandoms can get carried away, and them not realizing they're doing it, but it just can become pure obnoxious. And people need to be more patient. I think that's the problem, is people don't have the patience they used to. That's why people get so angry at one another these days, is they've lost the virtue of being patient. So anyway, that's my old man yell at the sky tangent for the night. But I that's my best example of why things are like that, you know. We're going to get GTA 6 when it's ready. We were teased it, what it looks like. It's going to be awesome when it comes out. And I think that it's going to be, it's going, if there's anything of pop culture of today's society that will teach you the virtue of patience, it's the new Grand Theft Auto game. And Rockstar is going to hammer it into your skull. You're going to learn the virtue of patience. And I actually respect the hell out of them for it. I really do, because I think it's a lesson that some of us need to learn from the get-go or be refreshed with. If it's not Bill, who would be your favorite character you have ever done? Bill, I will remove Bill from the conversation just because it's too easy. But if I look at all kinds of characters that I've done, and I'm talking in theater, in shows, I'm going to say, when I was in college, I did a Little Shop of Horrors, and I was Orin Scrivello. I was the dentist in Little Shop of Horrors, and I loved it. It was absolutely great. And shortly after, because I dyed my hair black in college, because I wanted to. I was thinking about Steve Martin's version of the movie from the 80s, like 87, when he was the dentist. And we did, speaking of Steve Martin, we did a play he wrote, because Steve Martin's a great playwright, other than a great comedian. He wrote a play called Picasso at the La Pinagile, which one of great comedic plays he wrote. And what it is, it's this chance meeting made up of a bar in Paris called the La Pinagile, which means the nimble rabbit. It's this bar where these great French luminaries, and it's this meeting. It never happened, but it's a meeting between Picasso. Basically, it's let's write a play of basically Pablo Picasso, Albert Einstein, and Elvis Presley walk into a bar. And it's a discussion about their contribution to popular culture of the 20th century. And that's what that's what the play's about, basically. And I played Elvis when I was younger, thinner, in better shape, and had more hair. And I had these big sideburns. I think I posted a pic on my Instagram. This was years ago. This was like in the 1990s. It was like we did this 25 years ago or something. But that was fun. I loved doing that. Those 2 shows in college, and I did them like back to, because I just kept my hair dyed black. But I doing those college plays, that's when life was easier. It was simpler, and it was just I enjoyed that. I started in theater, and if I could get back into it, I would. Mick Malamphy is in New York, always working with Irish Rep and other theaters, and I think that's where he finds his happy spot. It's constantly being on stage in a live audience, and he's just so mellow because of it. It's like he's found his happy spot, and I'm actually envious of him. I really am, but I'm so proud of him. He does great work. I've seen some of his stuff in clips. I'd love to be in New York and watch one of his plays in full, but he is so well respected in the New York theater scene, and I know he loves that with all his heart and soul. He really does, and I think that's such a wonderful thing. He is a chipper fellow. Oh my God, he's just a good person, and you did well. You gotta post and share it, because you can. Well, you can get a screenshot of that pic and just go to the store and look at the. Need to see I've got to dig them up. Me in my. Yeah, I could get those pics of me as Elvis and me as Orange Scrivello from Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah. Whoops. Anyway, let me hold on a second. Oh, I got booted out again. Let me refresh. I may have to. These other signs. No one's doing the roll call, so I'm gonna have to save these for tomorrow. I'll do this one more time. I'm gonna do one more roll call here. So this is a VIP. Angie, you got one of the playing cards. Angie, are you here? Would Bill be an Elvis fan? I think so. I think Bill might be a Roy Orbison fan too. Angie, are you here? Lucy, you got to print. Lucy, are you here? Doing a roll call. We've got things to sign, but I don't want to sign them. Hayden, are you here? No last name, no social media handle. Hayden, Hayden. Hayden, are you here? Are you here? Are you here? No. Harry with an I. That's Harri. Harry got a print. Harry, are you here? Hello, hello. Going through these VIPs that I want to. Trenton Tatsy. Trenton, are you here? No, you can get. Wait a minute. Do you want to? I mean, there are 5 left. So if you want another one, they're going to get what they're going to get. You know, and it's numbered in the order. So if you want to order a playing card, do it right now. It'll run out when the numbers are out, but it's already counting Angie, so one will be left over for Angie anyway. If you want to get another one, you can get another one. What it is I'm required by Streamily to do the VIPs first. However, if they're not present, they're VIP, but the idea is if they're not here. Because usually, you got to understand, usually these Streamilys are done within a 2-hour block, and you have to do the first. But since I'm doing this as a 2-day thing, the rules can change. Now, if they're online now and they're waiting, and you wanted one, but you did it regular, obviously you'd have to do it first. They're not here, so I'm not going to do it without them present. The idea is do it present. So if you want one, you can get another one. You want her to, well, you're being very nice. We can wait. It's no rush. It's no rush. The anything in the limited amount is numbered, so it's designed where it will not, nothing will sell past its number count, if they answer. But we can do it any way you want to do it. We don't know where Angie is. All right, let me try one more time. Lucy, Hayden, Harry, and Trenton Tatsy. Trenton at least gave me a last name. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Well, we can talk a little bit more, and then I think this will be the last video of the night, and then we'll continue tomorrow. Unless if it's late tonight and there's people in the if someone just sent me a private thing that was funny. I can check later when I post this in the comments section if one of the people shows up. If you want to, if that's the hate. Pabloa just joined. Hello, welcome to the party. Welcome to the party, pal. Yeah, I'd like to have a role in the GTA series. Absolutely. You're asking an actor if he'd like to work. The answer is always going to be yes. Know that. You're an actor just coming out of a 5-6 month long strike. Do you want to work? The answer is yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So, what else we got here? Let's see. What else is... someone was asking about like the big award season movies. Have I seen anything? I saw Barbie and Oppenheimer, and there's I want to see The Holdovers. I want to see Killers of the Flower Moon. I want to see Maestro. Oh, that looks so good. Bradley Cooper looks like he's done an amazing job. There's things I want to see, but I'll tell you what, man, people aren't going to the movie theater anymore, and that kind of bums me out. But also, I can understand why, because it seems like people have lost the ability to have proper theater etiquette, which also pisses me off, and that's annoying. But I think the ones I want to see, I think Maestro and Holdovers really kind of have me very interested. So we'll see how that goes. I'll definitely see stuff. No, there's some, I don't know if that's true, but because Gabrielle Sloyer and Kylie were characters in GTA 5. And Rockstar will reuse, if they like you as an actor and they enjoy your company, they'll use you again. I mean, I was asked to come back, so they liked working with me, thank goodness. But you gotta remember, Peter was Dr. Fontaine in L.A. Noire before he was Micah Bell. So they've got people that they've used in several games. Yeah. You want to get it? Give you a shot of this mug again. Did you see this? If you're just joining, you know what this is? I got this. I know who Stephen Ogg is, of course. Everyone knows who Stephen Ogg is. This was designed by Mr. Jim Santangeli himself through his Jim Santangeli Designs. You can order his Arcana Deck tarot card artwork of the Vanderlyn Gang through Etsy. Just go to my link tree and hit that new top link taking you to Jim Santangeli Designs. If you're looking for fun gifts for Christmas, it's still not too late to order. So in that case, do you think some Red Dead actors might show up in GTA 6? It's possible. There could be people that have kept their mouth shut and not saying, and then it'll be a surprise. It's very possible. Yeah, absolutely. It's very possible. We don't know. We don't know. We'll see. We'll see. How's that for you? We're going to see. I don't know. Well, it's 7:13. I think we could call it a night. What I can do is if I post this video and then in the comment section, some of my VIPs in the comment section let me know that they are online. Let's say maybe there's someone who's in Europe who's in bed and might be getting up. Maybe I could log on and do a late night. But we could, how about we do that? Unless someone's got any last minute questions. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens in GTA 6. I know as much as you guys do right now. And, I don't know if Stephen Ogg did appear in Red Dead 2. I know someone who did, though, because I was there, was Ned Luke. Ned played with us. Now, he was hidden in the thing, no reckon, but Ned came and played with us on set for a few days. That was fun. I'll remember my forgotten questions tomorrow. That's okay. I'll remember my answers. Haven't seen the new Godzilla. Maybe he does. I don't know. I just don't remember him being on set the day I was there, but I remember when Ned Luke was. Now, everyone's talking about the new Godzilla. The one that was the Japanese-made one. The one, was it called Less, or something like that? I've got some actor buddies that were like, oh, have you seen it? And I was like, no. And they're like, oh, you'd love it. So I was like, maybe. In the epilogue. He might. I didn't know that. Again, I wasn't there for every single day of filming, so I don't know, but I'm not saying he wasn't. Red Dead 3, do I think will ever happen? Oh man, you should have been here an hour ago. We were talking about that. Your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I hope so. I'll head out for tonight. I'll catch you tomorrow. Catch me tomorrow. I will be here starting at 10 and we'll go to tomorrow night. When was the last time I saw Ben? It's been a while. I haven't seen him. It's been over a month. It's been because he lives down the road on the off of Sunset Boulevard. So yeah, I don't. We just got big. I went out of state last month, visit folks, and he traveled some. So we think, but we usually get dinner or something during Christmas. So that's coming up. So I'll probably see him sooner than later. I'm pretty sure I'll see him in the next week. I always see him right before Christmas. I saw him. No, I think the last time I hung out with him was for Alex McKenna's birthday party. And it was me, and it was Gabriel, it was Sam, and it was Alex and Penny. And I think that's the last time we all, that size group saw each other. I think it was in October. We're due for a hangout. It's been a while since I saw Roger. I mean, in person. Now we did a Zoom a couple weeks ago. I think week before last. We did a FaceTime or something. So yeah, it's been a while since I saw him in person. But we try to of course I saw everybody in Tombstone in July. Yeah, we'll see. Did I ever meet Jim Perry? I've done, I know Jim. We've done a couple conventions together. We've also got the same appearance manager. We're both with Celebrix. So I haven't seen Jim since July, but he lives in town. He gets busy with stuff, but I know I've talked to him several times. He's doing well. He's busy. I mean, I wish Spider-Man 2 had won more at the Game Awards, but it's a popular game. And if you all know, Jim plays Kraven the Hunter in Spider-Man 2. And him and Yuri Lowenthal and the entire Spider-Man 2 gang have been doing gangbusters at signings. So he's busy doing that. But because of the strike is officially over, he also works like a madman. So I know that Jim's going to get really busy really soon. But he is a wonderful, wonderful guy. A podcast, it's yes, Jim was Angelo Bronte. Very good. Oh, the Nico Bellic voice actor. No, I don't think I've ever met him, no. Thoughts on the Game Awards this year? I didn't watch the whole thing, bits and pieces. Good job for Baldur's Gate 3. I am surprised that, I'll just say this, I am surprised Spider-Man 2 didn't win anything. I am. That's my thoughts. What are your thoughts? I'm going to wait, Rotten. I'm going to wait for you to respond. What were your thoughts thinking more? You sound like you've got a thought on your mind. I'm going to let you finish. You tell me what you think. Hey, Steve. Roger has made it clear that he doesn't like to be called a voice actor. Do you feel any certain way about being called? Well, look. That's not true. I'm going to speak for myself on this. There seems to be a misconception of things that be said out there, and I know that there's been YouTube videos made about Roger Clark. No. Look, Roger Clark is a fine actor. Roger Clark also does voice acting. Roger Clark likes voice acting. Roger Clark has done more audiobooks than anyone in the cast. He's good at it. He's well regarded in that industry. He's done voiceover for National Geographic. I've watched him do. I love him. That's one of my favorite things he's ever done. Is the voiceover he did for National, talking about the majestic macaque, and we laughed, but it was so cool. I've watched that National Geographic thing about the macaques in the wild. And I know that the joke is left there, the low-hanging fruit. But Roger's very talented. Here's the thing about that, and I want people to understand. I think this has to go with how things are treated in regards to all the stuff going on with the actor strikes. Roger's thing about, I think there's a difference as far as we want the fans just to be aware of what we did. What Peter and I did for Disney, for Big City Greens, that's voice acting. We had the time of our life. I would do any job. It was so much fun. What we did with Red Dead was not voice acting. And when that is said, in no way, shape, or form are we trying to attack the fan base. Because fans will say, "Oh, we loved your voice acting and stuff," and I don't. In my head, I don't. The idea is not to get upset with a fan, because it's like, you love something, and the last thing we want to do is shit on your joy because you're giving us a compliment, and we're like, we're glad you loved it. The thing is, you loved what we did, and that's the number one important thing. This all has to come down to proper terminology and nomenclature within the business. And the thing about that, and I'm speaking from my perspective, where I'm coming from with this, is that what we did in Red Dead was full performance capture. And we've said that there's probably fans out there, they're listening to me say this, thinking, "No, but Steve, I know. I've heard you go on this spiel. I've heard other people. I know what you did." And again, we're not trying to go on the fans, but we're trying to get the language out there enough, because the real problem we have is not with the fan base. We love you guys, but we need your help in correcting the nomenclature, because it's the people in charge, the people who are running the business, casting directors and stuff, because they don't know what's the difference. The people in charge of giving the job, they'll think of Red, and they're like, it's the same thing going on with like doing a live series. Well, do a live. Would you not like a live series? But I'd want you to be in it. I think we'd like, and go, that would be great. The problem is, a lot of not everyone, but a lot of people in charge who are the bean counters are in charge, don't think about the work we did. And if they do, it's like, that's a game. Well, we wouldn't use them. They're just voice actors. The people in power don't know the difference. And that's the problem we have. So we're not trying to, so we don't get mad at the fan base. You guys mean nothing but love out of it. We're happy. We're honored that you love what we did. I think where the frustration comes is just how it's presented. And what should be said is what we need help from. We need help from the fans. Is just you're aware about the terminology, exactly what we did as actors, so you can help us get that word out, so the people in charge have an understanding of what we do. Because if you learn anything about this business, and it's what this whole strike was about, is a lot of the people in charge don't know what the fuck is going on. And I'm being blunt, and I this is me not being such nice, Steve, but I'm being fucking serious. Pardon my language. But we need your help to tell the people at charge who really don't know the business. There's people in the gaming industry that are working in it, so obviously they're helping develop performance capture. So they're on set with us. They know what the hell we're doing. But to explain that exactly what performance capture is, what we did. And it's not just motion capture, but just say the term performance capture, which is, it's us head to toe blocking out a scene just like an actor would in a multi-camera television show or a film or commercial. We're doing the techniques as same as the person who does the work in a series. And the fact that we worked in secret, but we worked in a studio for 5 years. We did performance capture where we had to memorize our blocking. We're there with each other in scenes. We're putting the groundwork in, the emotion, working off each other, studying our craft. We're putting the same effort for 5 years. That's the same amount of time and effort as actors put towards like a full run of a series of a Netflix or a Hulu show. And we want our work recognized because there's people that just, because not everybody, more people will watch a TV show than play a video game. And they still, it's like, well, I've heard of Red Dead, but I don't play video games. My kid does, I don't play it. So they don't look at it like that. And the overall people in the industry don't know the ins and outs of video games. So they think about it and they don't know the ins and outs, or they don't know the work, and they see these images that aren't live action, and they hear the voice and they're thinking, well, that's voice actor. They just don't know. And so then when it comes time to cast, they'll say, well, we can't use, he's the voice actor. And it's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. Now, one of the great things they've done with Last of Us, if they've taken some of the actors that from the game and they put them in live action roles and they slay it. And it's like, great. Now stop calling them voice actors. And it doesn't mean they don't do that. I just said, like Pete and I, we did voice acting for Disney. We loved it. Roger does voice acting. He does audiobooks. He loves it. It's not that he poo-poos on that. The idea was he wants you to know the difference, or help us get that message out so the people in power understand that. Because we don't want our work, we don't want our work watered down. And for some of you fans out there, they're like, no, Steve, I'm with you. I only see you guys as your characters. If they did a live action show, I would want you to play your own character. I'm honored by that. But there's certain people in power that wouldn't see that because they only see us as voice actors because that's the language being used. And so I just want to make it, nothing is meant ill towards the fans when that is said. But I think it's important. I'm just saying, I would like the fan base to know what the difference is. And this is all being said with encouragement and love. There's just, it's just people unaware of stuff. So everything could be said with the best of intent, but also you've got casting directors who really don't know the difference. And I'm not getting down on casting directors, but when things are cast, or it's not necessarily the casting director doing it. It's like the assistant to the assistant to the assistant, someone who's between 19 and 22 years of age, who just isn't aware. But a lot of people who run studios, it's been made clear, they don't know what's going on. And if that was the truth, we wouldn't have had these strikes in the first place. So I think that's where that conversation comes from. And I just want to be clear, is that there's I don't want to think there's any vitriol from us going out to the fan base. We think the world of you guys. We absolutely do. We wouldn't have these we wouldn't have these successes if you didn't believe in what we made, because it's up to you to buy it. If you're not buying it, then something isn't working. We don't have careers. It's a symbiotic thing between, I always talk about the art should come first, but also in this aspect, it has to do with sales and commerce, and there's a give and take there. But you fans, when it comes to what Roger said in the past and get frustrated, I think, we also, there's some fans that we've met in person, and there's a lot of you we got to meet in Tombstone, that you came to our tables, and it wasn't about, sometimes you just come up to us and we would just have great conversations. And I know you got it, but there's some fans that I haven't met in person yet, and they'll sign on to these things. And there's a good chance they're young kids between the ages of 12 and 15. And they're just going through, and they don't know the difference. And that's not, if you're a young fan out there, that's not a stab, but you just like a game and you're just kind of not aware of what's going on. But I think for you older fans who have gotten the chance to talk to me in person, whether at a signing or what have you, I just think it's very important to know where we're coming from with that. Roger has the biggest social media following. Roger, and Ben's gone on this, and Roger, but also they've got bigger platforms. Roger's got the biggest following. Ben's got this extensive resume. Ben can go to a red carpet event for something MCU and be asked on the red carpet, and so his answer will resonate bigger. And we love them for that, because they're reaching out to someone who's like, my following's a lot smaller, but I love the following that I have, so I can only control the audience. Even though we share a lot of the same audience, I only can reach you out in things like this until I get until my opportunity gets bigger. And everyone's got to, everyone's has different opportunities to have these conversations when asked. But that's the whole thing with it. When it comes down to, Roger Clark said this. The thing about that is we're just trying to be advocates for the thing. We're not trying to get down we're not trying to get down the fan's throat, if anything. We're trying to be loud enough so the people in the back can hear, because the people in the back are the ones giving the jobs away, or having auditions for said jobs, and sometimes they're not aware of the work we did, and because of it, we don't get the chance to shine brighter. And I think anyway, that's where that comes from when it comes to the terminology. But it's not that I just like the term actor, because and this is here's a great example. Adam Sandler has a new Netflix movie called Leo, where he plays the iguana, and it seems to be doing really well. People are watching it. He did the Hotel Transylvania movies, which I think are also on Netflix. So but you put all those movies together and you say Adam Sandler. You don't say Adam Sandler voice actor. It's just Adam Sandler. He's a big star. He does anything. Same thing with Chris Pratt. No one's calling Chris Pratt a voice actor. He's doing voiceover, but he's his own entity. Now look, Roger, this is a thing Roger had said earlier this year, talking about, when or last Christmas when Avatar 2 came out. He's like, look, you got Zoe Saldana. You've got all the great Sigourney Weaver. You've got all these great actors, and it was all performance capture. No one's calling the cast of Avatar voice actors. You see where I'm getting, but that seems the thing that's following us. So the idea is make sure that the nomenclature, that the terminology is fair, so that we don't, when it comes to the people, the chance for auditions or stuff, they just don't dismiss us like, well, they're video games, well, that's voice acting. You need a real actor. Because sadly, in the boardrooms and stuff, that's a conversation still happening. And it's silly. It's silly. And it's not that the fan base, you guys should get the brunt of that, because it's not your fault, but it's just the contagion of the language, where people, they hear something, and if it's like, oh, I think they're this or something. Yeah, that's a voice acting, and then automatically it's dismissive and they move on, because like, well, that's not like a real movie. You gotta get someone who's real, and that it shouldn't be like that. But that's how we're finding it is, and the truth of, as far as people, with the money or the power, not knowing the ins and outs of what we go through, it's like they don't get it, and that's why we had a strike for half of the year, is because the people in power, there's so much that they're not getting, and the whole terminology is just one small part of it. So now you see where we're coming from, but we love you guys, and it's not about, it's not about crapping you. So I don't know. That was a long answer. I hope did I lose anyone? I don't know if I lost anyone or not. I hope it made sense. So, uh, I don't know. Would a Red Dead podcast with the I don't know. Yeah. No, you didn't work me. It was a passionate. You didn't work me up in the bad sense, not at all, not at all. But no, but there is something to be said. You get a little passionate about it because it's you as a fan. No, none of you fans is good. I think it's a great question you asked. Absolutely. Oh, that was. I've been doing this all day, so I got one poor connection pause. That's the first of the day. That's actually not bad at all. So that's I'm impressed. First of all, Bruno, no, that question, it's a good question to ask. It's been in the ether, whether you asked it or not. It's been on a lot of people's mind, and it still exists out there. So I don't mind answering it. And I'm not upset by any means. In fact, now I think about it, it was a great question to ask, because it's an important one. And if it wasn't asked in this IG live stream, it would have been asked down the road. It's one of those questions that kind of hangs in the ether. So no, I'm good. I'm fine. Yeah, I get a little passionate about it, but it's a good thing to think of. But that's where Roger Clark is coming from, and I wish more people would see that, because I think that he's I think that sometimes he gets trolled for that answer because he's trying to be direct, and then some people will misunderstand what he's trying to say, but that's where we're coming from. We're happy to get all facets of work. I think what our thing is we want people to understand that the work Peter and I, the work the two of us did in Red Dead is different than what we did for Disney. But we love both. We're happy to have both. We're not crapping on the term voice. I don't like the term voice acting. I say actor who did voiceover. Some people love the term voice acting, and that's their MO. And if they choose to do that, there's nothing wrong with it. All we're trying to say is there should be a distinction that what we did with Red Dead in full performance capture is completely different than just plain voiceover. And I feel like some people still don't get it. But if a fan just gets excited and said, "I loved your voice acting," I think there's a thought in the back of her head is like, well, we just make sure they understand what we did, but it's not like, oh, they said that term, blah, blah, blah. It's we love you guys. It's not, we get where you're coming from, is you're being complimentary, and we love it as long as you're happy. You love the story, you love the game, the characters resonate with you, and that means the world to us. Again, I think it's just that what we're asking for is like, we need your help to get to the people that matter, because the people with the power should know the difference, and they don't, and that's a problem for us going forward. So anyway, that's what that thing is, and it was a great question to ask. So I'm not really I'm worked up, but in a positive way, not in a negative way by any means. Again, I'm glad you're here with me. I love you guys, so it's all good. But it was a good question. It's a good question. I for the people who were in both. Oh, that's my second. See, I haven't had any poor connection pauses, and I just got 2 in the last 5 minutes. So I don't know if something's going on tonight, or it's getting cold out. That's doing it. Anyway, I loved making both. I would say I certainly loved Red Dead 2 more because I got to do more on it, and therefore I made more money on it. But it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the first game. So I put both games together. Both exist together in this thing in my head, and I love making both. I really did. But if I had to pick, I guess I'd say Red Dead 2. Oh, I got a good morning bill. That means it is morning somewhere else. Oh, wait a minute. Where the heck are you calling? Where are you saying morning from? Is it worth getting Red Dead 1? Yes! Absolutely. If you've never played the original game, Red Dead 1 picks up right where Red Dead 2 ends. So yes, if you've never played, Red Dead 1 is the continuation of Red Dead 2. It's like further, it'd be almost like you play Red Dead 2 and you got Epilogue 1 and then Epilogue 2. Red Dead, the original Red Dead, is like Epilogue 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It is a continuation. So yes, play it on Xbox or Switch, because those are very good resolutions. It is a 13-year-old game, but I'll tell you what, it still looks good. Yeah, you know the great thing about Red Dead 1 that Red Dead 2 doesn't have? Liar's dice and horseshoes. That shit's fun. Those are two side games that are awesome that you can't get. And I could play Liar's Dice till the cows come home. That's such a fun game. There you go. Yeah. Oh my God. The bounty hunting is so expansive. You do so much more bounty hunting in Red Dead 1 than Red Dead 2. I don't know, Steve. You've been seeming a bit sus lately. Well, I don't know what to tell you about that. Sus on what? Which game has a better story? I don't know. That's up to you. That is up to you. Now, Bruno, you're using language I'm not hip enough to get. If I'm sus, I'm sus. Which game is a better story? I play them in chronological order. If you've already played Red Dead 2, go ahead and play Red Dead 1, and you will know the answer. Only you can answer that question for yourself. I think so, Jim. I figured you're messing with me, but I'm 48, dude. I don't, some of this lingo, some of you are old enough to be my kids, and I don't know what lingo you're like, sus, I know, and I don't know. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Bruno's making me feel like an old man, but I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I think I'm going to be on just a little bit longer. Let me try again. Look, since a bunch of you new ones are signing on, let me check the store, because I've got some VIPs that didn't show up, and maybe they'll show up tomorrow, but I'm just telling you what you know. So let's do this again. I'm going to do a roll call. Trenton Tatsy, are you with us? Because we got here. Trenton Tatsy. No? How about Angie? Angie, we got something for you. We got a VIP Angie for one of the playing cards. Angie, are you with us? Nope. All right. Lucy, in the sky with diamonds. No social media handle, so I don't know where. Lucy, are you here with us? Hayden, are you with us? Or Harry with an I. Harri. Harry. No? You can still buy them, Rotten Apple. Store is still open. And we've got some of the cards left. They're only $15. Yeah, guys, if you want to buy something, the store is still open. I'm doing this all day tomorrow. The store will be open all the way until around this time tomorrow night. So if you want to get something, sign up. Go to my link tree on my Instagram and hit that second button. That big button. It's the second button that says Wintertime Live Stream. It'll take you right to the store, and you can buy with what's left in stock. Did Rockstar do press tours? They did some press with some of the cast, and they did some press stuff with Variety. I wasn't involved with that, but I got to go to the red carpet, the Game Awards in 2018 when Roger won. A handful of us did. I was part of that group, and then that group was interviewed twice on the red carpet by Variety. We did that. That was fun, and then after that, no. So it was limited. We got some, but not everyone got some. Oh, thank you, Chevy Guy. If you could change something about RDR2, what would it be? I think the game works so well. I would have liked some single player DLC. I think I froze up there, but I think an Undead Nightmare 2, using the world of Red Dead 2, like vampires in Saint Denis or something. I think that would have been awesome. Or like Bill turns into a werewolf, or so. I don't know. I think it didn't happen, and it didn't need. There was so much in Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 is fine on its own, but I think there's a few people that think that single player DLC like an Undead Nightmare 2 for Red Dead 2 would have been nice. But another Undead Nightmare would have been nice. We agree. That is where we agree. Oh, well, thank you, Bruno. I appreciate that. Thoughts on the Strange Man theories? He is either the Grim Reaper or the Angel of Death. Some people, he's the devil, and I was like, well, I think he's kind of like a chaotic neutral, and I don't think the devil would be that, but he's definitely the Grim Reaper or the Angel of Death. That's my take. Some people say, well, he's God, but he is in that realm of the supernatural, biblical sense. I think if he's not the devil himself, he is the Grim Reaper or he's the Angel of Death. That's what I think. How do you feel about you still being relevant, having your character being a part of both Red Dead games? It's always good to matter. I enjoy that the original Red Dead came out in Nintendo Switch. I think that's very cool. It gives it's given new life to us, and we'll see. No, it's cool. It's the Red Dead franchise it's a gift that keeps on giving. So no, I'm honored. I am blessed. I am very lucky. I remind myself of how fortunate I am as an actor to be part of something very cool. So, well, with that being said, everyone, you guys have been great. Thank you for asking wonderful questions. I'm going to say that this concludes our first day. One more question. Okay, Bruno says, by the way, Steve, will you be checking out GTA 6 when it comes out? Do you think it'll be RDL levels of good? I think it's going to be amazing. There's a chance that even though it's a completely different genre type of game, it could end up being the best game ever made for now. And then a game will have to come out and then beat it. So I like the I like the challenge, man. I like the challenge. So, but it's the same. It's within the same company, so it's like, hey, its success will only help the Red Dead franchise. That's a fact, you know. So anyway, yeah, we've talked about live action Red Dead 2. I just say it. I'll say this. It's not under my control. Rockstar only knows the answer to that. I don't know, but I would pose this question to you. What would you rather have? A Red Dead series, a Red Dead movie, or would you rather just Red Dead take their resources and focus and take all that time and energy and instead give you, with all their heart and soul, a Red Dead 3? What would you rather get? That's just how I would pose it. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not. I have no idea what GTA 6 is going to be, but I can't wait. Like you, when it comes out, I'm going to be playing the living crap out of it. It's going to be amazing. I'm with you. I'm a gamer too. I get the excitement. I love the Fallout series. I will give that a try. I will get, because Fallout is so expansive in their history. You see, here's the thing about Fallout. Fallout can exist as its own live action franchise that can intertwine with the games. So both, I would say, if they do it right, Fallout and the games can both be canon together, like Star Wars live action and animated. Because it could take place in a new city, it could be its own thing, a different vault, and then everything established by every other game can still be canon. And you don't have to sacrifice one for the other. So in that case, I can support the Fallout series. Yes, it's canon by this, and that's because of that, I will support that series. I just don't like when they take something, adapt, because usually in the habit of creativity, when that usually happens, they take the original thing and they have to shove it aside for the new thing. I don't like that. But if Fallout is canon, and the things that happened in Fallout Vegas, like Matthew Perry, the great late Matthew Perry's character, or the other characters from Fallout Vegas or Fallout 4 that are done by well-named actors, let that remain canon. And I will appreciate it and respect it more. Absolutely. See, the real Caesar. Now that would be interesting. If they did a Red Dead series and the Vanderlyn gang was mentioned, but you had a whole new group of characters, and that I would support that in a heartbeat. Yeah, I would. But I don't want to say I don't want to support. Listen, I don't have the control over that. It's not up to me. None of that is up to me. But I'm just saying, as a fan myself, I can get behind the Fallout thing. Because if everything that happened in all the Fallout games, that remains its own canon, and the TV show can then create something new within itself that is so great that they're like, okay, like a good long form improv. Someone comes on, they freeze you out, they come with something creative, and then you run with that. If the series can create something cool, like a new monster or character, that then people who are still fans of the game say, okay, now when you do Fallout 5, take what they put in the show and then put it in the game, and then do vice versa, where it's shared, it's copacetic. One doesn't have to sacrifice under the other. You do something like that, I will get behind it. I think that would be the smart way to go. So, see, now now I'm geeking out because I'm thinking, okay, you could do that. There's so many things you could do that with. We'll see. I don't know. We talked about Jack's parentage. I think what's important is that Jack saw John as his dad, and that's what matters. That could be interesting. Real Caesar. I don't know. Oh, stop it, Blake. But I do appreciate that. Rotten. I already answered that. I'll answer that one more time. I think it's best left ambiguous because I think people, depending on where you lie, whether you are gay or bisexual or asexual, pansexual, transgender, you are queer, if there's something you find with that character that resonates with you in a way that either helps you or touches you emotionally out of understanding, who am I to say? I think if you just or if you're not, maybe there's just things about Bill. You could be someone who's heterosexual, but you served in the military, and you could say to yourself, I think Bill has PTSD, and that's something I suffer from, and I can relate to that. I don't want, if you can relate to something through Bill, and you can do it because certain things remain ambiguous, then who am I to shut that down? And I don't want to do that. I think the more people that's what I believe about the fandom community. I want to leave it. It's not up to me to say. The only one who really knows the answer are the writers at Rockstar, and I respect their opinion the most. But I don't want to do anything. I believe in complete inclusive fandom, and I think that I think that if you just kind of leave it open, the big mystery, you get to include more people, and it doesn't have to shut anyone out. And I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to say, I don't think it's fair. I think that people find different things they can relate to, not just with Bill, but with other characters. And why not just leave it at that? So there's my answer to that. Anyway, so do I think Jack would have fought in World War I? Possibly. There's a good chance he was right at the right age, about 20. So yeah. Well, he's about, what, 19 at the end of Red Dead 1, and that takes place in 2014. Yeah. He's what? He's 5. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he'd be the right age. So who knows? That's someone's headcanon or Rockstar Games, but he could fight in World War One. A game shouldn't. Oh, oops. Oh, I wanted to read what you said. Oh, I've thought about this. Do another Red Dead game, but instead of Red Dead 3, do a Red Dead Revolver 2. I've thought about that. But maybe you do a Red Dead, because that took place 30 years before. If you did a Red Dead Revolver 2, that way you could run into maybe a teenage Dutch or a young Hosea. That could happen as well. I have no idea what they're planning. That's a great question. Yeah, who knows? All right, hold on one second. I see a bunch of people popping in with names I recognize, and I just want to make sure if we're not getting some... Hayden Scott's Pears. Is that it? Hayden. Hayden, did you do a print? Did you purchase a print? Don't try anything stupid and we don't do anything kind. Is that you? Is that you that ordered this? Because you didn't put in your handle, your social handle. Is this your print? I've been. You got. Let's see if that's you, Hayden. If you ordered this print, did you order a print? Oh, you just okay. So you didn't order. Okay, so I'm looking. It's not you. I'm looking for a different Hayden. Been looking for him all day. Yeah. Mom's Spaghetti. That's an actual restaurant in Detroit now. I heard it's really good. Yeah, Eminem opened a Mom's Spaghetti restaurant in Detroit. Was he no? Who knows about Red Dead? I don't know about Red Dead 3. I know as much as you guys do. I will die when I hear no. Just stay strong, my friends. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. I've always everyone's come down with the same question. Here's the thing: if we never get another story about the Vanderlyn gang and it's only Red Dead 1 and 2, I'm very fortunate. I can say that I was part of something wonderful, and it's nothing that I'd be honored. I'm shocked that I was in 2, let alone 1, and I'm very fortunate that two wonderful stories were told that people love, and as an actor, I did very good storytelling, or I played a part in very good storytelling that resonated. So that's all I can ask for as an actor. And if I'm blessed to be part of Red Dead 3, that would be an honor. And if I'm not, if we don't hear any more from the Vanderlyn gang, or there's no more stories to tell about Bill Williamson, then I'm still honored. I was blessed twice, you know. So, well, all right. What I'm gonna do, I'll do one more round call, and then I think we'll call it a night, and then we can continue tomorrow because we can get rest, and then. But I'm gonna do one more roll call. And I'll do one more signing if you're here. So do we got Trenton, Harry, Hayden, Lucy, or Angie? If you ordered a print and you haven't seen it and you're just signing on, let me know and I'll sign you. If not, they're going to get done tomorrow. But I want to give everyone a chance to knock out the VIPs, because I got VIPs that I'm required to do first, and they've been AWOL all day. So hopefully everyone's okay. So. Will Rockstar ever reboot their series? I hope not. I think, who knows? I don't know. Maybe 50 years down the road. What's the print that you're doing? I'm doing a bunch of prints. Hey! Hey, look who's on. Hey, Roger. Have you been watching, or maybe you haven't been watching? Hey, Roger, you want to see something cool? Look, Roger, look what I got. Remember these? I just got them today. I was giving Jim Santangeli a wonderful plug there. I got a few of these as gifts. Got one for myself and drinking Dr. Pepper out of that. So, yeah, Roger just jumped on. I don't know what Roger's... Uh, oh my God, I didn't have internet problems all day, and it's paused about 8 different times now. But thank goodness it only started tonight. Oh wait, hold on. Hopefully, the pauses are going to stop. Let's see. Hey,
Hi.
hi. You just rubbed your eyes, so I'm assuming that you had a full day recording stuff.
Yeah, I'm still at it.
You're still at it. Oh my goodness. What are you? What are you working on? Audiobooks?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. A book about T.S. Eliot.
um, well, were you working at that when we talked a couple weeks ago?
Yeah,
Well, it's T.S. Eliot, so that's
it's
I
over
I
40 hours. Yeah.
I know.
How did it go today? You finished your Streamily?
Well, it's going. I'm doing it all day today, and I'm doing it all day tomorrow. I was doing a roll call because I've got a bunch of VIPs that are no shows, but we'll just get them tomorrow because I don't want to go out of order. But we were actually just talking about you before you signed on,
Oh,
and we had
trouble
that
now.
we had that conversation. Uh, and I try to do it justice, but it was that conversation we always had, and it's like, why? What's the difference between the term voice actor and and here's I'll reiterate what I said. It's like, why does Roger get so and so? And I said, you know what Roger's thing is?
I don't get riled up. It's not what we did. That's all.
No. But here's what I said. It was their assumption, and I said, you know what it is? I said, we are not. We understand you fans are so excited about the work we did, and it's never anything about our fandom. I said, but what it is it's one of the reasons we had this months and months long strike is that we need the fans' help in changing the terminology and the nomenclature when it comes to what we do, because the problem we're finding is that the people who are in charge with the money don't know the difference of what we did, and they think of game and they think of voice actor, and in their head they think we're not qualified to do on camera work or things like that, when technically what we did in those 5 years in New York working on Red Dead 2, we put the same amount of effort and time as a full series of a show that you would find on Netflix or HBO, and trying to get that across is hard. But by saying that doesn't mean that we are against voice acting, because you're doing voice acting. I've done. We love voice acting. It's great. We have fun doing it. We just want the fans to know that when it comes to the work on the Red Dead games, and what performance capture is, it's more akin to on camera acting than doing stuff in the booth. And we're just trying to get that across. And we've had conversations about it, and it gets frustrating, but we're not angry at the fans. We just want the fans to know, so the fans can then help us get the word out, because it's the people in power that seem to not know the ins and outs of the business, and that's what causes frustration. That's what also causes strikes. um, that's basically the rundown of what I did. But if you had time, you could watch this video when I post it, and I went on a big diatribe trying to explain it. But it's someone's like, oh, I didn't mean to get you riled up, and I'm like, no, you didn't get me riled up. It's a great question, and even if I didn't have this IG live, it would come up in conversation because we're always talking about it in private. But um, yeah, it's the constant battle we fight.
Yeah, I'm proud to be a voice actor.
Yeah,
When, when I am one. I
yeah.
wasn't dead. I'll be saying it till I'm dead, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Did you see this? I got these came in the mail today. I got a few of these.
That's pretty awesome.
It is awesome. Jim's a fantastic artist, and I loved his entire Arcana deck set, and I got a bunch of these. So some of them are going out to gifts for friends, but this is going to be my Coco mug. And it's been fun. Had a fun day talking with fans.
Let me see your prints. Let me see some of your prints.
I'll show you a bunch of my prints. What do we got here? I got this one. This is the one to Bill that's on the playing card.
Cool.
I like how my ring light gives him like this halo. Like
yeah.
But I got this one. We've got had this one made up. My character from Big City Greens.
No, wow.
It's like Disney took Bill and Yosemite Sam and said, "Look what we did." I love that.
Yeah.
Got this. This is an OG print. This is from Bill from the
first
game.
one. Yeah.
That's
a great one.
This has been the most popular one right here. I've sold the most of these. It's just Bill, blue sky, holding a beer.
Nice.
This is the number one
screenshot there. That's a nice one.
It is. This is the most popular. This has been selling. We got and then some of the old ones I've had. We've got this one. This was the promotional pick of the poster. That's always a popular one. I got the group ones that I've signed a couple. These are left over from Tombstone, but I got these are great.
Nice.
This is an old traditional one. I got a bunch of these. This is like the wanted poster, the sepia tone.
Cool.
Those are good. I still got some the old Western style playing cards. I sell the, people on a budget for Christmas. These are only $15. I got a bunch of those.
Nice.
Yeah, I got some cool stuff here. What else do I got? I even got one of these, just me. This is just weird. I think I printed this up. Neri made me print this up on a dare. It's just me and an eagle head. Once in a while, someone's like, I'll buy one just on a dare. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. It's been a fun day. Chatting with people. A lot of conversations talking about the new Fallout series. Last of Us, and people they're like, what do you think of this year's Game Awards? And I'm like, I didn't watch the whole thing, bits and pieces. I was like, congrats on Baldur's Gate 3. I am surprised that Spider-Man 2 didn't win a single thing. I am shocked that happened.
7 noms and not a thing.
Yeah, I find that a little weird, but what are you gonna?
It's pretty generous to call them the Game Awards too, isn't it?
Well,
the only thing I know is that Troy Baker won't be showing up at the Oscars, so I don't know why we're doing it for them.
Yeah, it's
we don't need them. We make more money, whatever. But I was really, really thrilled for a lot of the people who won. Congrats to all of them. Neil Newbin is a really lovely guy. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah. It was I haven't played I'm behind in gaming. I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3.
Neither have I. I did play Spider-Man 2 though, and that was amazing.
Everyone's gone. We got a couple of our alumni buds in it. We got Noshir and Jim Peary that frickin' slayed it. It's very good, but I still want to play Fort Solace. You
can get that done in a night. You can get that done in a night.
Yeah. And then sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes
I got it done in 2 nights. I was like 6 or 7 hours.
So sometimes a quick, you got time for a quick play, and then and there you go. But that's
you'll knock it out in 1 night. Yeah.
Cool. Does that studio have any other plans for stuff? You think you'll work with them again? What's
Oh, I certainly would work with them again, but I think they're still enjoying the success. They're still, I don't know. I don't know to answer your question. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that's all right. I'm
But
just saying, I don't know.
yeah,
People have been asking me stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. You know?
it's still enjoying some popularity on Steam. It's still getting some attention on Steam, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool. Which is, it's yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Do you? We haven't talked since it dropped, but just visually, what were your thoughts about the GTA 6 trailer?
Oh my gosh. You know what really blows me away with this current generation is the light and the shadow, and the ray tracing. It's
Yeah.
just that's unprecedented. And as well, what really got me too is the diversity of the NPCs. You've got fat people, short people, tall people. I mean, you've got people of all shapes and sizes, and the random NPCs. There's so much detail in them that
There-
kind of blew my mind too.
Well, no, because there's the group coming in because I'm thinking it's like I grew up in Daytona Beach during all the great spring breaks in the 90s when MTV came. I've seen all those people on A1A holding up traffic. That's how realistic. It's like that guy flipped me off once in front of a McDonald's. That's how realistic it was. And I'm like, holy shit. It was just incredible. And I'm just thinking, I mean, I'm excited for it. That I know that when that game comes out, all of us are going to go into a deep dive and not see our loved ones for several weeks. We'll probably get yelled at, but then there's the selfish part of me thinking, well, if that's what GTA 6 is going to look like, wonder what the game after that's going to look like. But
Sure,
your
sure.
guess is as good as mine. One thing at a time.
Yeah, fully too. Yeah.
It looked amazing. It looked fantastic. It looked great. I've watched the trailer almost like looking for errors, but I don't see any. It's just the color, and it just yeah. And I know that
Remember the first GTA? Do you remember the first GTA?
vaguely. There's been so many, but it's just to compare the original GTA to what they did now. It's like cavemen hammers and high
Yeah,
tech. So different.
sure is. Sure.
And
Yeah,
I have no doubt that every song that they got for that game is going to be killing it on Spotify. Uh, it's going to be unreal. It's going to be unreal.
yeah, it's an unprecedented level of influence.
Yeah,
Absolutely. No other studio can do this.
no one.
It's kind of crazy. Hmm.
I don't think anyone's going to. Well, they can try, but it's like good luck to you.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
Anyways, I'm gonna finish my chapter. And
Do
then
it, friend.
go to bed.
Seeing your face and chatting with you, and love the glasses. By the way, you make me feel not so getting older wearing mine. But
Without him now.
love to you and Molly and the boys, and I hope you guys have a great Christmas coming up.
We will. We just watched Home Alone.
Oh, did they see it before or just first time?
No, they haven't seen it before.
What'd they think?
Oh, they thought it was awesome. Who? It's an 8-year-old beating up on old adults. They loved it.
That's you train him with the classics. That's a good dad.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.
All right, Roger. Thanks for tuning in, man. Great seeing you, bud.
All the best. Have a great night, guys. Hey, good to see you, Steve. Take care, man.
See you, bud.
All right, take care.
All right. That was Roger Clark, everybody. Wish him a Merry Christmas. Yeah. All right. So we had Roger on there, and we're back with me. If you're just joining, Roger Sundin, what the hell's going on? I'm doing an Instagram live, and I'm selling prints. My store is still open. I'm doing this all day tonight. I'm doing it tomorrow. And if you go to my Instagram and you click on my link tree and you see that second big button that says the winter time live streaming, you can go and buy prints. We got all kinds of prints still available if you're looking to get something signed for me. So go ahead and do that, and go ahead and jump on. Yes, right. He's Big Daddy Roger. Absolutely. Hello, hello. How you doing? Hey guys, good to see you. Good to see you. So, hey everybody. But that's what we're doing. We're doing a late night. I'm staying on because I'm trying to everyone who is in the other side of the world is getting up and trying to sign prints, fill out these orders. Next convention, stay tuned. Someone just asked me about Bill Williamson and his preference. We got a bunch of new people signing on. I'll say, I'll say this. Yes, I'd love to come to Turkey. I absolutely would be. Um, as far as Bill's preference, uh, I would say it's best to leave it ambiguous because when you do that, there's someone that could identify with any community, whether someone is gay or bisexual or what have you. Maybe someone who identifies with Bill as straight, but they served in the military. Maybe they went through PTSD and they see something like, oh, I relate to this character. I think the more to leave it open, um, you can include more people in that. And I just feel that um, the 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 people who know the answer, like who is Rockstar Games, the people who know everything about Bill or what should know are the writers at Rockstar. They know what's up, and I think it's up to them to say if there is, like for instance, I've always said if there's a Red Dead 3, let's say it would be they do a Red Dead 3 and it's another prequel, and they wanted to delve into is Bill gay, is Bill this, is Bill that, I would uh, I would accept that with open arms. I would say I go with an actor and say I will give me the script you want. Let's delve into this, and I want to do my best as an actor to breathe continued life into this character. And if that's the case, so be it, and we'll go from there. But I think until Rockstar gives the go on that, I think it's just easier to say, hey, you know what? Uh, you just kind of leave it. I think it's best to leave it open ended. That's my best answer for it. I think to leave it ambiguous and not have a specific answer, because it depends. It depends what the writers want in the end. But I think if you leave it open to interpretation, you get to include more people. So that will always be my answer is what do I think about Bill? Do I think Bill's gay? Do I think he's bisexual or what have you? I think it's left open to interpretation. And I think there's something very cool about that. Bill is Bill Williamson is a very broken character. Yes, he is. That I am very well aware of that. Yeah, and Bill is written with ambiguity. God, I can't even talk right now. I've been doing this for several hours. Yeah, he's written like that on purpose. But I think there's some great. That just shows you how wonderful the writing is with Rockstar. They've done a really good job, and they did it. They did it great in the first game. They do it great in the second one. Yep, that's true, Adam. I'm one of the few people that was in both Red Dead 1 and 2, but I that was me doing the full performance capture for Bill Williamson in the original game, and that is me in Red Dead 2. There's only a handful of actors that did that. Myself and Ben Davis is Dutch. Rob Weedoff. Um, um, Jim Bentley played Edgar Ross, and I can't remember the actor who played the nun. Oh my God, I'm blanking on names. Yeah, there's five of us that were part of it. What about Red Dead 3? I don't know. I know as good about you. If Red Dead 3 is going to happen, Rockstar knows when that is. And What? Sister Calderon, thank you. I was blank. I've been doing this all day, so my mind's a little shot. Yes, Sister Calderon was played by the same actress in both games. So there's only 5 of us that were in both as the same characters. But then you can count some of the people that were in Red Dead Online. Like they brought back Kimberly Arian for Bonnie McFarlane and some of the smaller characters. So there's a few of us. Absolutely. So some of these questions back here. Yeah, this is what I'm doing. Yeah, I was talking to Roger earlier, but what this is this is I'm doing a Streamily live. I've been doing this since 10:15 this morning. On and off, I've signed off for a bit to take some breaks. This will be my last video of the night, but then I'm doing it all day tomorrow because we still have stuff to we still have stuff to sign, but my store is still open. I have a bunch of prints that are available, things at different prices. So if you go onto my Instagram and you go ahead, if you want to get a print, go and click on my link tree, and then click on the second button that says the Wintertime Streamily live stream. It's the big second button. Click on that, takes you to my store, and those are all the prints I've got available left. And that's what we're doing. That's what this is. It's a 2-day event. So I will be, yeah. The as far as where the prints are shipped, if you go on the Streamily store, depending where you live, it'll have you follow directions for that. Yes, we to Europe. That is true. To the UK. As far as the prices for that, it'll tell you when you go to the store. If you order a print, it'll give you it's different depending on your location, and it'll walk you through it. But yes, we do ship. I believe we ship to Brazil. You can put your info in your in check, but there shouldn't be an issue. You just purchased. Well, we'll get you on here. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me refresh. Ah, see, that did it. Well, hold on a second. Oh, what'd I do? Joey, did you now you follow directions and put your handle? You didn't put your social handle. Hold on 1 sec. Where'd you go? Oh, nobody. Where you disappeared. Nobody, nothing to wear. Joey, there you, Joey. Okay, well, Joey, you got a VIP, so God, yeah, we'll get you now. We'll get you now, Joey. Where did those wonderful prints go? I was just showing this to Roger. No one bought Joey, you're the first person to buy one of these, and this is favorite. I got these specifically so we can do it in black Sharpie and don't have to use the I don't have to use ink pens, and we can avoid smears. But we'll get you, Joe. You're next. All right, let me put the order on here. All right, Joey, we'll get you Outlaws for Life. Yeah, these Sharpies are the squeakiest that I could own. All right, Joey, got your order number on the back there, so you're set. Joey, if you like what I did, give me a thumbs up. If you like what I did, Joey, you approve? Yes, no? Does Joey like? I'm doing it like I want a thumbs up. Make sure you actually like the way I signed this. We got a bunch of people joining. Hey, everybody. Doing an Instagram Streamily signing. Love it. You did it. Good job. That's the first one. I love these. I'm surprised we haven't sold more. That's a good print. All right. Matt, you're done complete. I'm trying again. There we go. All right. That's right. If you guys want to order, just jump on there. Order. Store's still open. And oops. Try that again. Nope. There we go. All right. I'm going to try this again. We got VIPs that are like went AWOL on us, so I'm gonna try this. So if you're out there, a bunch of people just signed on. Post is new. No, I know someone did artwork of Bill Nude. I'm gonna avoid that. But thanks for putting him toned in the abdomen. I actually appreciate that. Are you letting people join the live? Well, hold on. Let's see. We've got a lot of people wanting to. We'll see. Before I let anyone join the live, I may bring one more person on for the night. I want to do a roll call first because I got VIPs here that I want people to claim if I can. So let's try this. Trenton Tatsy. Trenton, are you there? We've got you here. I'm trying to get these VIPs done. If not, we can do the rest. So Trenton Tatsy, if you're not there. Harry, Harri. Harry, are you there? Hayden, Hayden. Now there, Hayden signed on. Hayden, you said it wasn't you. No social handle. Not Hayden. Lucy, did you order a print? Lucy. And Angie ordered one of the playing cards. I do have some playing cards left. I put those up for people on a budget. They are only $15. So we do have playing cards available if you want to do that. No. All right, let's see here. All right, I'll tell you what I will do. That was my roll call. Now I'm going to go live with someone, and then we're going to. Did I choose my ending and read that too? No, the writers did. I didn't have any say in that. Character, but I'm going to bring one more person on, and if I get any more sales or the people I've been calling a VIP, if you show up, I'll continue. But if not, we're going to bring someone on, and then there we go. We'll bring, and if no one claims these VIPs, that'll be it for tonight. We'll pick up in the morning. So here, let's do this. Let's see. Who am I gonna? All right. I want to see me in Red Dead 2. Hello.
Whoa! Hey,
how you doing, Caesar?
how you doing, man?
You've been persistent. And I said, all right, I'm going to let one more because a bunch of people want to join, but I just want to be sure that, like I said before, we'll talk to Caesar for a bit. Caesar, if none of the VIPs have been doing roll call, if they don't show up, this will be the last chat in the night. But I'll be doing this all day tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. So if you missed it, you still get a chance. But either way, let's close out the night with you. How you
doing? I've been watching you since earlier, since like I think 9 or 8. Your live been's going on for a while. So when Roger came by, Roger was like out of nowhere. We were all like, "What?"
Yeah, no, it's always good. He gets busy because he's so busy with the audiobooks. But it's always a treat when he does stop by. So
but hey, oh, sorry. It was great to hear your intake on everything, on RDR3, on rumors of a show, everything. Just the way you speak about the game is so so beautiful. I don't want to. This is the weird thing. I was actually playing RDR while watching your live, and I'm actually in a part where your character is talking to Hosea. I'm gonna switch it for a second.
Oh yeah.
They're talking about how I don't know if I should play it or not, but they're talking about how their first impressions of each other, and I thought that was very interesting.
Talking about that scene early, but did you just start it, or how deep into it are you? The scene?
I played the whole game on Xbox originally. I have a PS5 now, so I'm playing it on PS5. So I'm at Shady Belle right now.
No. That particular scene. How much into that particular?
Oh, they're in it right now. I just put paused. Like
play it. Let's play it for the group.
Look at that.
Absolutely, Bill. We all have. Ain't that so, Arthur? Sure. What is it you called him? Sheep in wolf's clothing. That's it. Is that right? Well, thanks. Thank you. Don't mention it.
Yep. Yeah. Hosea's getting sick there. You see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the later part of that scene. I guess I already was watching it a little bit.
No, but the thing about that scene is Bill's gone to him drunk, and you see the asshole side of Bill. But during that scene, they're talking about when remember when we first met, I had an opinion about you, and he's like, when I first met you, Hosea, I thought you were a grumpy old man, blah blah blah. And he's like, no, I know Bill. And then Bill pauses, and he genuinely looks at Hosea and says, I'm sorry. He's trying. That's the sad thing. When Bill is not drunk, Bill could go laughing, but when he is his sincerest, he still gets pissed on, and it's like in his head he's thinking, well, damned if I do, damned if I don't, and it's you could argue that he put himself in that situation by being a jerk 99% of the other time, but you feel bad for him because it's like you're so many degrees from making a left turn as opposed to a right where you could change stuff, and it's Bill is a frustrating character. He frustrates because people know actual people like that can't help themselves.
It's like a self-destructive.
It gets so annoying to others where they're just like, I can't deal with it because this person's driving me batshit crazy. We all know someone like that, and Bill represents that type of person wonderfully. And that's not to me. I can only act what the writers gave me, but there's nothing in that scene that was improv. That was all the dialogue that great writing team did, and you know, it's just we're blessed to have such good writers. You know.
Yeah, I mean the game is phenomenal. I'm replaying it now, and I still hear new things that I never heard, and it's just wow, like how they did it. Like I myself am an aspiring actor. uh, you know, well, I took a break because of the SAG strike. But I've always wanted to get into motion capture, into voice acting. I feel like I have a good voice for it. I feel like I can do impressions. I can, like, you're right, boy. like I could just like I could switch into multiple things, you know, and do accents, and you like even your cast members, they play different characters at some points. Like Hosea, the actor who plays Hosea, did a different character in RDR1. He played like an old man when Jack was looking for Ross.
I didn't know. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Curzon was in the first game.
Yeah, there's a bunch of YouTube videos about it. They're like, oh my gosh, Hosea was in RDR1, and I mean, I'm pretty sure on IMDb you can look it up, but you could just tell by the voice, honestly, like because like when I see it, I was like, that's Hosea's actor. That's right there.
Now that I didn't know. I'd have to look that up. I wasn't aware.
I'm like 98% sure, because if you listen to those, I mean, either it's like his twin brother or something, because they sound alike.
Well, we have to check that. If you're watching this and you want to be a fact checker, go on imdb.com and someone look that up, because I wasn't aware of that, but you might be right. I don't.
Yeah.
Now that I don't know, it could be someone that sounds similar, but maybe if someone out there that got your hands free, you want to fact check that could make this interesting. But
right.
But anyway, what's so you want to you're an actor. You don't have to you don't have to.
If I'm being honest, my credits have usually been background actor roles. I've been an extra for a couple projects in the past since 2018.
That's how I started. That's how you start. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
Right now, I'm just trying to get an agent, trying to do the whole thing. I have headshots. They're okay. They could be better. I gotta get myself into classes. I know the whole spiel. Everybody, I have actor friends who've been on Netflix projects and they have their agents, and I'm trying to get like them. I'm trying to do projects. I haven't done one single production with a voice line. Like it's always been background or what's the word? Prioritized background, where you're main BG, where you're right next to the main actors, so you get that screen time. But that doesn't count. SAG, I think to join SAG you need to have 3 lines in a production, or I think that's
the thing is it just takes a matter of time. But there's a lot of ways to get into the union. But
like right now I've been using Actors Access.
No, Access is great, because the thing about Actors Access, the one thing about, and if people like, what are they talking about? Actors Access, there's different casting sites. There's like Casting Frontier, Casting Networks, Now Casting, and you can go to these sites, and they cost a monthly fee, but if you are with an accredited SAG, they will cost you nothing. But if you're just starting out, they're good sites to have, where you put up a resume and headshots. If you have a basic demo reel, where you could, if you're starting out, you're non-union, you can submit yourself for so many non-union productions, student film, concept pilots. None of this is wrong. These are all great things to start off because your goal is to develop enough stuff for a reel. That is, when you're starting out, is you need an actor's reel. That is how you develop it. You start, and you start non-union.
Of course.
Unless you're very lucky. but you're in a good position where nothing is wrong. You have you have the tools nowadays to do all these different things. So that would be the challenge is you have to check yourself. It's like, hey, how much do I want to do this? And then you just do it. And one thing is, get on these sites, and more importantly, it's good to have some basic headshots, and you can get a good photographer friend, the outside lighting, to do something where you don't necessarily have to pay money for. But the main thing, if you're on a limited budget, before getting headshots, that money is better spent getting an acting teacher, getting in an acting class. You ask me if you have money, it's like either I can get brand new headshots or I can get training on my craft. You take the training on the craft. Focus on the craft first. The other stuff will come.
See, there's like a weird acting community where I'm from. I'm from Mississippi, and there are groups here, you know, because of New Orleans and Alabama and Atlanta. You know, they're all intertwined sometimes. You know, there's productions that are filmed here, and you know, we have acting classes, we have film communities, we have Facebook groups. And there are some classes I see sometimes, and it is an actor who's giving it, and he, you know, he is acclaimed. I guess he's not like super famous, but he's been in productions that you know, people would know. But I don't think I don't know if I'm gonna go to this guy's acting class, will it show good on a resume, like, or you know, your acting resume, your website, or I don't know how people try to do it these days, but or is it just, and I'm not saying a lot of people do this, but you know, it's even come on, like there are some people who might take whatever thing they got and, you know, hey, I was in a couple productions and now I'm going to teach acting classes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he's not I don't know the man, you know, never been to his acting classes, but how do you choose, like, maybe you had a lot of that experience too when you were starting out. Like, how do you choose, like, okay, this guy's a guy I should work with for the money, or, you know?
Here's I grew up in Daytona Beach, Florida. So I'm not too separated from your experience of those smaller market communities in the southeastern part of the United States. I get it. I get it. Here's what you do. This person you're talking to, let's call them person A. And I'm sure that there's other people similar in acting that are also teaching classes you can look for. How many others would you say there are?
That's a good handful.
Person you're talking about now, and then how many other people can you choose from?
I'd say like a handful.
So let's say there's this person you're talking about to me now, and there's 4 others. Example. Okay, so he's the person, that's person A, and then there's person B, C, D, and E. You line them up. So you write their names on a piece of paper, and then below that, you write what they're charging per class or per month period, or how it goes. Then what you do is you look up their credit. Let's say these 5 people taking classes, are they all self-proclaimed actors? Like they say, we're actors with credits? Is that
some of them have been in major pictures?
And what about the
ones have?
What about the ones? What about the ones who haven't?
Some of them, the ones that haven't, are like people I know that are actors, and that I know, like, okay, dude, I'm not super good friends with you, but I know you to know that I know, like, these are tough times, so I feel like you're doing this to, you know, I mean, I'm not saying he's not teaching the classes or not giving a crap about his craft or anything, but I can see that there are some actors who have gotten, well, like maybe a couple parts in some productions, TV and film, and they're like, okay, let me teach classes now. You know, like that makes me be able to be an acting teacher. Now there's these other guys that are older, like older actors who've done projects, a lot of projects, and I see them all the time posting about, oh, we're gonna be down at this city, you know, doing an acting class, doing what's it called? Talk shop. No, not what's it called? Shop shop something. You know, like teacher shop or workshop, an acting an actor's workshop. Yeah, and then I look at those guys, but I guess my whole question was, do casting directors, do agents, do they look at the actor who gave the classes, or do they just look that you had classes? It could be.
Well, let me answer it. Before you go. So I see someone in comment looking for. So Trenton Tatsy. Trenton, I got your order here. And since you're on here, Trenton, let me finish up my conversation here, and I'll get to you. Don't leave. I want to sign you. But this is an important conversation. I'm waiting for you all night, so just hang tight. We're going to get to your signature next. But Caesar, I want to finish with you. I'm going to cut through the chase on this. Sometimes there are people that just get into teaching to do it. It's a form of making money. It's a job. So there's always going to be a more experienced teacher, and that doesn't necessarily negate a person's particular experience, because there's always someone teaching that has more experience, and that's a good thing. But I'm going to stick with this recommendation. In your area, there's 5 people you could teach in classes. You write their names on a piece of paper. Underneath each name, you write the prices of those classes they're teaching. Maybe they're teaching in like every Monday for a 3-month block for several hundreds of dollars, what have you. It's generally the same thing like that. What you do is, if most likely they're actors, you go to imdb.com and you look at their resume. What experience do they have? Because you want the most experience. Now, if you go and say, oh my God, this person was on an episode, and let's say they're based in your region, so they have an opportunity to do shows that are based in Atlanta or the Southeast region, meaning of all shows being in production in the Southeast neck of the woods. So you're like, okay, person A, this person has been on 2 episodes of Cobra Kai. This person's been on 3 episodes of Walking Dead. This person's been on an episode of Stranger Things. All that film in the Southeast region, either around Atlanta or the Carolinas, look at their credits. Look at the size of their roles. Now, are they bullshit me? It's like, I was on this, but I was like featured extra, or were they a named character? Did they have speaking roles? Look on IMDb and see. It's like, how much experience this person have. If you're in a limited region like that, a smaller region, and there's nothing wrong with that. The idea is you take the best opportunity you can for where you live, and that's the best way to gauge what these 5 individuals you can to pick from, what you can learn. I believe you can always learn something. The idea is, if you're going to take a class, you want the person with the most experience to teach you about what they know. And that would be my recommendation. Use IMDb. Look at their credits and who's had enough experience on set with roles that are significant, where I feel that they have at least enough experience out of the people I have to help me hone my craft. But then again, you might, there's also, you could, as far as craft and technique, you could get someone that doesn't have any television experience, but they teach in theater because they have tons of stage experience. They teach at a local community college, and even though they've never been on a TV show, they've been in tons of stage productions, and they know they know their ins and outs about the craft. I got my early teachings from straight theaters instructors who had never done television, but they still know about the craft. So there's different ways to do it. And I recommend that out of what you have, know what you've got to learn as far as the techniques of the craft of acting, and that would be your best bet. But if it comes to what you have on budget, I don't know if there's a local community college or something that has an acting class that might be cheaper for you to sign up for. To depending, I don't know what your level is as far as your experience.
See,
but
I've always been self-taught. You know, I watch. I study film. I study TV. I study, you know, actors. You know, workshops on YouTube, and I did theater in high school. It was very it wasn't high level, you know, but you know, it was theater, so it got me into the whole, you know, use the stage, you know, use your surroundings, use yourself. If anything, if you have no surroundings, the thing I'm just lacking, I wouldn't say, it's just experience, really, just on camera, um, on camera, you know. And I recently, you know, I invested myself into I bought a cinema camera myself, just because you know, I've tried so hard to be in some projects, and you know, like one time I actually auditioned for and I got a callback for a part in a he's a very famous person, George Clooney. I was gonna say, I forgot his name for a second. George Clooney picture that he was filming in Connecticut for like a part of a friend of the main character. And I did the whole audition. It was on Actors Access. You know, all my callbacks I've ever gotten were on Actors Access. I haven't had a agent. I haven't, you know, done that whole thing. But you know, and I got in a callback, but I haven't gotten a part yet. And sometimes I feel like it's either, I don't want to say it's because I'm acting. I don't want to put myself down. I feel like maybe it is, but maybe it's not. But I feel sometimes it's, they go with another person, or you're just not the right look, you know, because not everybody, I don't think you see a lot of chubby Mexican guys on, like, in like Riverdale or something like that. I mean, you know, you see some, but it's not a, you don't see it, you know, like, and I've been told that, like, oh, we went a different direction. We chose another race or another person, you know.
Well, the thing is you can, the great thing about who you are is you can get people to have similar looks and stuff, but you can only offer the best of yourself.
Right.
And that's your job as an actor. You can only offer the best of what you've got to offer. I mean, you've never, how many, someone told me, it's like, oh, you kind of look like, you know, it's like, I get people like, you know, if they did a live action Red Dead, you know, would be great. What would you think about David Harbour playing Bill? And I'm like, oh, like, that's like when your boss say, we're going to let you go, but here's Joey. He's this 19, you got 2 weeks to train him to do your job before we let you go. And it's like, eat a bag of dicks, man.
That's so funny. Like,
but here's I love David Harbour, by the way.
There was an interview once. There was like, oh, we're looking for it was like Anna Kendrick was doing an interview. She's like, oh, they were looking for an Anna Kendrick type. Well, I'm Anna Kendrick, so like, I don't know, you're like, oh, we're looking for a Steve J. Palmer type, David Harbour, but they're not gonna. Why not go to Steve J. Palmer?
Yeah, it's like, or just, you know, you can only offer the best to yourself. And I'm going to tell you this, Caesar, I'm taking this from Ben Davis. Ben Davis is a really great acting teacher, and so if I don't want to mull this, but he said it, and I think it's true. It's like, you will book 100% of the roles that you are meant for. Your job as an actor is to go out and find the roles that you are meant for, that you are destined to book. That is your job. How you get to that position, every actor is going to take their own route. But that's the healthiest way to look at this business. You will book 100% of the roles that are meant just for you. Your job is to make yourself available, and you will find them. And that's a great way of looking at it. I think that's a beautiful way of looking at it. And so it comes to like how you reach that. I would say in your position, I'll say this before we sign off, because I want to get to Trenton.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
But let's leave it this. Take those steps I took is do that research. Go to IMDb, look at their credits, see if they're worth their salt in what they're paying. You want someone that does have the most experience based on the location you are and the pool of teachers you get to choose from. And you want the most experience. And then once you go from that, you see what they can teach, because you're going to learn something either way. This is a great thing about teachers, even if they're not end up not being great or the best fit. You will learn things, what to do. You will learn about things that you don't do. And I don't mind learning from a teacher who, if you get a teacher who knows about failure, but they're not bitter about it, that's the best teacher, because failure is the best teacher. But if you can relay that without someone being bitter, like, because I failed, it's like, I failed at this, but failure is okay. It's how you learn. Here's what I learned through failing. If you can get someone with that mindset, you'll be just not a better actor, just a better person for it. Failure is the ultimate teacher, and believe me, you want to be an actor, you will plan on failing repeatedly. But there's something beautiful, because we all do it. You don't think life has punched me in the nuts and face several times out of failure? I can tell you the things that I failed, or the roles I didn't get. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to start.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt, because I agree with you. I think that's true. I wanted to say
the role on Heroes. Oh God.
Was that Hero, the show?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
no, that was a good show.
Yeah, it was. No.
Hey, they lost.
But it's about opportunities. But anyway, that's my advice to you, my friend, before you sign off.
And I appreciate it. I just wanted to say, I wanted to say let's say three things, if I'm being honest. One, I was thinking about this when we were talking. I was texting in the live. One, I noticed you were talking about, and I maybe that does not like super important to you or to maybe all the cast members, but I was thinking like, oh, like some of the casts have bigger followings, but I was thinking, how come I think I asked this question about Rockstar did press tours, but I feel like when there's games like that, it should be treated like a movie. It should be treated like a show. Like the cast members should do character trailers with the actors. Do. And I know you've done your press and you've done your podcast and you've been out there, but I feel like Rockstar should. I'm not saying they haven't, but I would like to see more of actor showcased. Because I feel like sometimes when games come out, that's Michael. They're like, who's the actor's name? Or, oh, that's Bill. Or like, they don't know the actor's name sometimes. And I feel like I know. Well, I would like that appreciation for you guys. I think it'd be great. Like
I appreciate that. We'll see. It is what it is. But we do conventions and stuff, and we still get a lot of love. We have, when Red Dead 2 came out, we did get some pressing, but Rockstar has their own way of getting information out. They like to control the flow of information because they want the number one focus to be the game itself, not buzz around the game. The game will create its own buzz, in a natural way, and to them that's the healthiest. They promote, it's like less is more. It's like the game itself is what we want you, not about the actors in it. It's about, we want you to play this game, and we want you to come find us and come to the game, because it's not something, it's like a movie you watch and stuff. For this to work, you have to be part of it. You have to jump into the world and be immersed. And that's what they want. And the best way to do that is be off to the side saying, no, you come to us. We open the door. If you want in, you have to jump into this world, and then you're in this thing. You're in this thing. And I think I understand why they do what they do. Because of the certain medium that this art is created, it needs to take you, it's a commitment to the customer. A movie you can watch, be done in 2 hours. A series takes a little more time than a movie, but after that sudden episode, you're done. You can rewatch it again, or you're done until the next season. A game, there's nooks and crannies. You are as much as a character as I am as an actor playing Bill. You're in it with me, and the idea is to kind of pull back and make the customer, the fan, come and say, no, you come in. We don't need to press. It's this thing. You want to jump in this world. The world doesn't need to come out to you. Get your ass in here now. That's what Rockstar Games does. And look how it works. It works every time. They know what they're doing. So, and that's just part, that's working, but I love working with them. If I get an opportunity to work Red Dead 3, I'm going to jump on it because I love the character. What's your next question? Because I want to move.
Quick. Okay, so I also talked about this. So I don't know if you're familiar with the show Smallville.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of Smallville, sure.
There's this, they're the actors from that show. They do a podcast about their work, and
well, I know Michael Rosenbaum does a very well regarded podcast.
Right. So I guess my question was, a lot of people do actually. The Sopranos guys do one.
Mm-hmm.
Charmed, I think, does one. My thing was, would that work with the RDR cast? Because I think that'd be great. I think that'd be awesome.
I don't. Who knows? It could work. It could work well.
Even if it was just through Zoom, like maybe like once a week, because I know that's how they do it. Like their guys are, cross country. Sometimes they're working on projects. Like you even know, like say, he couldn't be here this week because, he was doing on a project or something. But they find to make it work. And I just think like, if we could get like not maybe the whole cast, but the majority, if they can, that'd be like wow.
I know that the guys, there's a handful of the guys from Cobra Kai do it. They got a podcast. Yeah, no, I know certain people do that. I don't know. We'd have to talk to the, we'd want everyone involved. I don't know. We'd have to see. I don't know.
Right. And the last thing, I wanted you to rate my impression of Arthur when he's on the hill and Dutch lands on his arm, and he's like, this is gonna be cringe, but either way, I gave you. Wait, no, hold on. I gave you all I had, Dutch. I gave you.
That's good. Hey, listen, doing impersonations is how I started. Yeah. I started doing a stand-up comedy, doing impersonations in the early, like 1992. Like, so what was that, 30 years ago or over 30 years ago? I was doing stand-up comedy on the beach in the back, in the open mic stage in the back of a seafood restaurant called Black Bears in like South Daytona. It was actually in an area called Wilbur by the Sea. That's how I started my acting career.
And then Bill
comedy of a seafood restaurant on a Friday and Saturday night. When I was 16, I was underage, and I had facial hair like I do now, and they were serving me beer. That started. Mm-hmm. And all walks of life. And it was one of the greatest things that could have happened. That's how I started.
Yeah. Well, so, I'm not going to do Bill justice, but if I could give it just one shot, I want to do, I implore you to maybe find someone just a little bit better. You know, like when he's
well, the Arthur one was good. You gotta work on it.
okay.
But
Well, yeah, Arthur's like
working on it. Keep working on it.
I seen your name on ledger, boy. He's like, he's got that rasp. He's like, I seen your name in our ledger, boy. You got some money for me, boy? Like,
keep working. Keep working.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm nervous right now. So if it sounds bad,
listen, you want to be an actor, you gotta get over being nervous. You know, I get it. But as an actor, it's not a great thing.
Yeah.
Be a little before you go on.
Hey, actors they get takes. So.
All right, I gave you a few takes.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Let's do a reshot tomorrow.
We'll do it tomorrow. Well, look, man, I want to get to Trenton because he's been up all day, and
Hey, I appreciate your time talking to me. If it was a little bit longer, I'm sorry.
You're having fun. It's okay. It's. We'll talk more tomorrow. We got
all right,
all
man. Hey, I appreciate it. Keep doing your thing. Hopefully, you get more projects going. Hey, let's do this. RDR3 hashtag. Let's make it happen. You know what I mean?
I don't disagree with you.
All right, man. You have a good night.
You too, my friend. Have a great chat. There we go. Well, I hope that helped. But that's what he needs to do. You got to look at anyone out there looking to get an acting teacher. Trenton, are you still with me, buddy? Send me an emoji, a thumbs up if you're still here. That went a little long, but I was trying to give some good advice, and that doesn't happen. Or there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it helps you get good advice. Trenton, are you still with me? There you are. Let's do you. Thanks for being patient, my friend. Where are you? All right. You wanted one of these sons of bitches. All right. Hold on a second. My prints are all out of order. What'd you get? You got the... yeah. Looky cookie. Trenton, there you go. Let's get you going. So, Trenton, you were driving all day? Is that what was going on? All right, there we go. Trenton, here you go. And I'm going to sign this in the, using this stuff. Trenton, do you want your first and last name? Or just want Trenton? How do you want it? Just say first only or first and last when it comes to your name. And I'll even give you a little quote. Thoughts? Got it. Saw it. First and last. Ooh. Try that again. All right. A little quote. All right, Trenton, you got the armed and deadly pick. If you're happy with what I did, and I got the, yeah. Trenton, give me a 2 thumbs up if you approve of this signed print. Where are you, Trenton? Do you like it? Trenton, if you like it, in the comment section, give me 2 thumbs up. I want to be absolutely sure. Thank you so much, Steve. It means a lot. I'll be on tomorrow to ask some questions. Yeah. Yes, I'll be doing this tomorrow because I'm probably going to sign off. This is probably the last signature of the night unless I do one more roll call. And all right, I'm going to do one more roll call for these VIPs. Okay, so we're going to do this. The white is real bright, but it looks good on the dark. You're not going to see if I did a black Sharpie. But that's once that dries, I think that'll look good. Okay, we're going to do this one more time. So that way, everyone who's in attendance, you can say that I did this. Hey, Steve, it's my birthday today, and hope you could. Happy birthday, Joe Bison 35. Whoop, whoop. There you go. How you like that? All right. I'll do this again. Starting with Angie. Angie got one of the playing cards. Angie, are you here with me? Angie, where are you? Are you anywhere, Angie? Angie. Angie, with the Western playing card, you, yeah, your purchase was on November 16th. This has been, so are you not with us? Going once, going twice, Angie? No, Angie? Okay. Lucy, VIP Lucy. Lucy got the have another drink, beer with the blue sky. Bill with the blue sky holding a beer. You got that one. Lucy, VIP. I'm waiting for you. Lucy? Angie, Angie, we've been waiting for you all day. Angie. Okay, no. Hayden. There's been a few Haydens, but the Haydens signing on aren't the Haydens who bought the print. So Hayden, Hayden. You also got the have another drink. Bill, blue sky in the background, holding the beer bottle. Hayden, you got a quote. None of you left your Instagram handle, so it's hard to find you. You're not the only ones, but I'm trying to honor the rules with Steve. Can we get a shout from Bill Williamson? Look, if you buy a print, please put your social handle on it because you're making my life difficult. There we go. Someone, now hold on a second. Someone asked a question. Cookie3 Jake asked, do you know if Tombstone Redemption is happening again? The same company that did the Tombstone, they're doing, we're doing a big cast signing event in June of 2024. So this coming June, third weekend of June. But instead of doing it in Tombstone, Arizona, we're doing it in Deadwood, South Dakota. It's going to be called Black Hills Redemption. So it's the same company doing the same thing, but we're not doing it in the city of Tombstone. We're moving it to a different famous Wild West town in America. So so yes, we're doing another event like this in 2024, but it's in Deadwood. And if you were following Tombstone Redemption on Instagram, Kenny Palco, who's in charge, said he changed it to Black Hills Redemption. So if you want to go to that, go and follow Black Hills Redemption and follow all the updates. It'll tell you what's going on with that. So the answer, yes, we're just not doing it. We're not doing it in Tombstone 2 years in a row, to answer your question. The idea is to do a different city each year because there's an idea if Deadwood is successful, like Tombstone was this past year, in 2025, there's talks about doing it in a whole new city, which I've heard about. I don't know it's guaranteed, but we'll see. But if it ends up happening, it's going to be awesome. So I'll leave it at that. Love everything about Deadwood except finding a parking spot. I've heard. I don't have to worry about that. I got time for a couple more questions, and then I think we're going to call it a night because I'm going to be back in the morning. We're going to be doing this. We've got more stuff to sign, but I wanted to knock out everyone's signature that was here and present, and all good. Anyone? I would love to do a convention in Brazil. I would love to travel to Brazil. Here's the thing about that. We'll leave off with this. I said it before. I'll say it again. Seaver, anyone can join. It's just I don't know if anyone in VIP. I'm probably not going to take anyone else tonight because it's getting late. And I may answer this question about Brazil, and then I think it's going to be called a night, unless you're one of the 4 people I called: Angie, Lucy, Hayden, or Harry with an I, HRRI. If you are one of those 4 people, that VIP that are waiting on signature, we can do it now. If not, we'll try in the morning. But the thing about Brazil, I would love to do a convention in Brazil. I can't just show up. This goes for any international convention, one here in the States. I only can go to the conventions I'm invited to. And so I will say that if you live in a town, no matter where you are, and they have a big annual convention nearby, and you want me to attend, go to that website of that particular convention and go to their contact list where it says email, and get a group of like-minded fans that live in that area, and I'll do a big email at once, just like a blast, so that they can see it and request my presence. Not only will that work for me, it will work for any Red Dead cast member you want to see. Maybe you want to see more of Kylie Vernoff, the wonderful Susan Grimshaw. Do the same thing. Request Kylie. Same thing Curzon. So yes, I'd like to go to more, but I'm just saying the general rule: if there's any of the cast that you don't see as much, as some people get more conventions than others, but no matter who they are, if you want to see more of a particular person, you have to get your local convention. You have to let them know that there's an interest, and that's what you do. So go to that local convention's website and send them an email. Say, get so and so, and enough people do it, it'll work. I can promise you, it's worked before. I've seen it work, and if enough people get behind it, it works wonderfully. They just need to know that there's demand out there. So anyway, well, guys, I think we'll call it a night, and then we're going to hit the rest of these in the AM. But we're going to do this all day tomorrow too. I'll get some good night's sleep. But it's been a pleasure today. Thanks. And Tortured Comedian, you've been with me almost all day. It's insane. I think you guys are all great. And Outlaws for Life, Outlaws to the End. You guys are wonderful. This concludes day 1 of our party. Everyone get some rest. We're gonna hit this in the morning and have a wonderful time. I'll see you guys. You're awesome. Good night. Sweet dreams.